Stations, if you encounter any technical issues related to this Georgia Show broadcast, please call our trouble hotline at 336-831-0861. Mark, 2 minutes until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Your next time cue will come with 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Stations, we are coming up on 1 minute until airtime. 1 minute in 5, 4, 3, 2, mark. 1 minute, stations. 1 minute until airtime for this basketball game broadcast. Studio producers, when you hear touchdown, please start your archive recording. Coming up on 30 seconds until airtime. Mark, 30 seconds. Your next and final time cue will be with 15 seconds until airtime. Touchdown! Studios, start your archive recording. Coming up on 15 seconds until airtime. Mark, 15 seconds, stations. Have fun.
The following is a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Commit to the G.
Deep straightaway three. Oh, net! Hesitates, now drives. Wide open land. Good! 1.9 to go. Wheeler's done it again. 1.9. Walton to Wheeler to the basket. Layup. Good! He got it to spin off the front of the rim. To Brown. For driving lane. Good! Around the rim. Count it and a foul. Wheeler with 6 on the clock. Oh, to Edwards. Two-handed. High flying above the rim. Jamaroo. Wow.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, this is Georgia Basketball. Brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. And Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider for the Georgia Bulldogs. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, to Courtside, along with Chuck Dowdle, here's the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Hi again, everyone, and welcome to another night of Georgia Bulldogs basketball. Tonight from Stegman Coliseum in Athens, as undefeated Georgia will play its final game before the Christmas break. And going back to last season's abrupt ending, the Bulldogs are riding a 7-game winning streak, the longest for the program in a decade. Tonight, Georgia will try to extend that streak when the Dogs face the Northeastern University Huskies. Coach Bill Cohen's team has been on a scheduling roller coaster this season. Already, his squad has had 5 games wiped from its slate due to virus concerns. Northeastern brings a 1-3 record to Athens as the Huskies make their first trip to Stegman Coliseum. For Georgia, tonight's contest is about continuing to improve, which the Bulldogs are doing with 8 new players on the roster. It's one final chance to oil the engine before conference play begins next week. It's a battle of canines tonight in Athens as the Bulldogs host the Huskies. The Bulldogs Courtside Show is brought to you by Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Live fast, eat well with Grindhouse Killer Burgers. Our producer-engineer tonight in Athens is Adam Gillespie. Zach Jewell is our network studio host and producer. Chuck Dowdle will join me when we return to Athens right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
From a tiny blueberry to a towering Georgia pine, Georgia's agriculture products are as special and diverse as its people. Georgia Farm Bureau members stand for the values that bring Georgia together. We stand for strong communities and Georgia-grown products. We stand for family, faith, and keeping promises. We stand for you and your community. We stand together. Join today at gfb.org.
We are a Farm Bureau.
It was the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
The holidays are here, and gift cards make them easy. And you can choose brands like Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, Cracker Barrel, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
Hey, welcome back to Stegman Coliseum, Athens, Georgia, for tonight's Georgia Northeastern men's basketball game. This is the Grindhouse Killer Burgers courtside show. Grindhouse Killer Burgers, live fast, eat well. Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle, Adam Gillespie, our producer engineer, Zach Jules in our network studios, brought to you by Piedmont Healthcare Centers. And Chuck, the Dogs are on a roll, 6 in a row now, going back to last year, 7 straight wins. It's been a decade since the Dogs have put together a winning streak like that.
I didn't even realize that, but it's been fun to watch, Scott. That's for sure. And let's leave out March and in Nashville. Let's just talk about this year's team and just watching this team come together and the kind of basketball that they're playing. You can see what Tom Crean has been talking about the last 2 years about what he wants to see on the floor, because this is as close as he's gotten to it, and we're seeing flashes of it in 4 and 5 minute stretches. Now, you talk to Tom Crean, as we did the other night after the game, he was telling me, point blank, we got a long way to go. Well, that's a coach for you, and I want him to say that. But I'll tell you what, the long way to go is giving us good glimpses of what it's going to be, and my goodness, is it fun to watch.
I agree with you. I like the distance we have remaining, according to the coach, but I like the players that we're going to get there with.
No doubt.
I like the way this team looks. Georgia and Northeastern, the Huskies are 1-3 coming into this one. Georgia at 6-0, and we are less than 15 minutes from getting this one underway tonight. Zach Jules standing by in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He'll run down tonight's college basketball lineup and more when we come back on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Across the Northside Hospital system, our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside leads the Southeast in innovative procedures. Since 2005, we've performed nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries. Our board-certified surgeons are acclaimed for non-invasive techniques. Their confidence and compassion await you at Northside. For complex surgeries, choose the best surgeons. Learn more at northside.com.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Ugh, I have to do laundry when I get home. I have to lug all my clothes over to the washing machine. Then I get to put them in the dryer and accidentally shrink my cashmere sweater again.
Motorcycles make everything exciting. And when Geico makes it easy to switch and save on motorcycle insurance, it's even more exciting.
I'm gonna fold all my socks into little balls! Yeah!
Geico Motorcycle. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Bulldog Courtside Show. Now, scores and highlights from around college basketball. Let's go inside the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Here's Zach Jewell.
Pre-game coverage rolls on now with a check of scores around the country from our Piedmont Healthcare studios. It's a busy day around college sports on this holiday week, so we'll get started with games around the SEC. Earlier today, Auburn took down Appalachian State. Final score in that one, 67-53. Couple games in progress now. Arkansas leading Abilene Christian 72-58 with 6.5 to go in that one. And Ole Miss up big, 88-40 over UT Martin with 90 seconds to go in regulation there. We also have two other games tipping off alongside us at the top of the hour. 14th ranked Missouri hosts Bradley, and Vanderbilt makes the trip to Davidson before we finish the night in Tuscaloosa as Alabama welcomes East Tennessee State to town. Round top 25 action, only one final to report. 16th ranked Virginia handled their business against in-state foe William & Mary. They won that one 76-40. Everything else comes later with three games set to tip off at 7. 9th ranked Wisconsin hosts Nebraska. Oklahoma hosts number 15 Texas Tech. And 17th ranked North Carolina makes the short trip to Raleigh as they face NC State. One game at 8 has number 6 Houston facing Temple. And we have three games at 9. Top ranked Gonzaga hosts Northwestern State. Number 3 Kansas and number 7 West Virginia do battle in Lawrence. And 4th ranked Iowa hosts Purdue. We'll keep you up to date on all of that and more, plus a few bowl games going on today throughout the broadcast. But now we turn back to our game. It's 15 minutes to tip off, presented by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Scott Howard has chased down Tom Crean, and they're standing by next right here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
'Twas the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Celebrate with a bone-in Kroger brand spiral sliced ham. They're $1.79 a pound. Limit 1 with card and additional $25 purchase. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Georgia Farm Bureau Insurance was created in 1959 to provide financial protection for farmers and rural communities. Over the years, it has grown to protect all Georgians through affordable home, auto, and life insurance, helping Georgia build a strong agriculture industry and keeping the promises we made to our members. Our agents and members stand together for the values that make Georgia special: faith, family, and community. We stand together. We stand for you.
We are a Farm Bureau.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
You've heard liberal Senator Chuck Schumer.
Now we take Georgia, and then we change America.
And radical liberal Congresswoman AOC.
We win these races in Georgia so that we don't have to negotiate.
Now here's Senator David Perdue.
No negotiation. Think about that. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and John Ossoff want total control. They win Georgia, they'll have it. Illegal immigrants, voting. Police, defunded. Taxes, sky high. Our proud military, gutted. The Supreme Court, packed. Is any of that really what you want? It's easy to say, that'll never happen in America. But that's exactly what they've told us they will do. We're the only ones left who can stop them. We win Georgia, we save America. I'm David Perdue, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message, paid for by Purdue for Senate.
We're getting closer to tip-off. Time now for a visit with the Dogs head coach, Tom Crean. With Coach Crean, here's Scott Howard.
Welcome back to the Grindhouse Killer Burgers Courtside Countdown Show. We're with Georgia head coach Tom Crean as the Dogs get ready to take on another set of Dogs, Coach, the Northeastern Huskies tonight. What are your thoughts about this team?
Well, I think the Huskies are a tremendous program because Bill Cohn's been there 15 years. He's done an excellent job. We had Donnell Gresham from there a year ago as a grad transfer, and the year before they went to the NCAA tournament his senior year. So I think he's an outstanding coach. He's got a younger team, but they played some really close games. Very easily could have beaten Syracuse if Tyson Walker, their sophomore point guard, doesn't get hurt near the end of that game. They've beaten UMass. They could have beaten Old Dominion the other day. I mean, so we've got to get the game going. They're going to want to play their style, their pace. They're a bigger team. They're bigger in the wing area. Smaller point guard, but bigger in the wing area. So we've got to do a really good job of spacing the court, getting out and running when we can, bringing pressure to the game because they very well may not want to have a tempo game. They may want to set it at their speed, and we've got to turn the game up. So that's going to be important for us to see if we can do that tonight.
Do you feel like you've been able to control the tempo through our first 6 games of the season?
No, not necessarily. Not necessarily. When teams are good, when we're not running after makes as well as we will, and the last 2 games there's been a lot of pressure. There's been a lot of full court pressure, and whether it's zone or man pressure, which has allowed us to get out and go. And Montana, people like that, they've gotten back and tried to make it more of a half court game. So what we've got to do is we've got to make sure we're always trying to challenge and find a way to get that speed and tempo because that's going to happen in the SEC as well. So to me, it's really, really important, though, first and foremost, that we control the point guard. And we've got to do an excellent job on him, and we'll let the tempo come from where it will on the offensive end.
You told us last night on Bulldogs Live that full court pressure, a lot of pressure like that, you guys embrace that. I found that an interesting comment. I liked your philosophy there.
Oh, there's no doubt. We want to be a press attack team. There's press break teams and that want to break it and get into an offense, and there's press attacks that are trying to get dunks and layups on the other end, and that's what we want to be. Now, with that being said, where we're struggling right now is our flow once we don't get that. And I've got to do a better job of calling some actions and plays once things break down. I'm trying not to do a lot of that on the run, but we're not understanding the flow of the game as well as we need to yet with the cutting, the spacing, being ready to shoot when we catch the ball. And we'll get there, right? We'll get there. We're still learning how to play with each other. We're still learning the concepts of the offense. But bottom line is there's no question that if we feel some pressure, we want to attack it, create an advantage in numbers, and go down on the other end and try to score quickly.
How is the health of your roster tonight? Is Michael Starks, what's his status?
He's still out. He's still out. He has not practiced at all since the game when he got hurt in the Sanford game. So we miss him. We miss his toughness and speed. And his tenacity. And so that puts a little bit more heat on Severe and Justin with minutes and how we manage their minutes. Chris Brown, we've worked at playing at the point guard in the last week and trying to get him in a downhill game and get him comfortable with that. But we miss Michael, and hopefully we're going to have him back. I'm not totally certain we're going to have him back immediately after Christmas for the SEC play, but I hope we do.
Coach, thanks for your time as always. Tom, good luck tonight, and we'll talk to you after the game.
All right, Scott, thank you. Go Dogs.
All right, that's Coach Tom Crean, Georgia Northeastern coming up. Starting lineups next on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
From a tiny blueberry to a towering Georgia pine, Georgia's agriculture products are as special and diverse as its people. Georgia Farm Bureau members stand for the values that bring Georgia together. We stand for strong communities and Georgia-grown products. We stand for family, faith, and keeping promises. We stand for you and your community. We stand together. Join today at gfb.org.
We are a Farm Bureau.
The SEC taught us that there's nothing like game day in Athens. And if you're all about the black and red, There's nothing like having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions in your wallet. As the official bank of the SEC, Regions is here to help you pull for your team with everything you've got. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
These days I'm spending a lot more time at home, which means I need ways to easily control my comfort. And here's an insider tip. If you're a Georgia Power residential customer, you may be eligible for up to a $75 instant rebate on a smart thermostat. Here's how. Georgia Power's online marketplace features thermostats from brands like Google Nest, Honeywell, and Ecobee, as well as a variety of LEDs and smart home products like smart speakers, Wi-Fi routers, indoor cameras, and more. Just visit the site and start shopping. Shop now at GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
It's time for the Dogs to eat.
Beats Fagan. Windmill. Lay in. Good. Ty Fagan. Dribble drive. Scoop shot. Good. Right down the lane. He got him on the crossover. Rebound. Kamara leans in and scores with the kiss. Wheeler down the lane. Drops it up with a bounce to Kamara. He flushes with two hands. Finds a spot on the floor. In range. A 25-footer. Still by Brown. It could be a little shoot time with a two-handed dunk.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Welcome to live play-by-play coverage of Dogs basketball. Georgia basketball is brought to you by Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more on car insurance. Piedmont Healthcare, the official healthcare provider for the Georgia Bulldogs. And by State Farm. When you want the real deal, like a good neighbor, State Farm is there. Now, alongside Chuck Dowdle, let's go courtside and join the voice of the Bulldogs, Scott Howard.
Dog fans, the official Georgia basketball game program has gone fully digital and is now free to access. The paperback game program no longer offered. Thing of the past. So log on to GeorgiaDogs.com/digital to get everything you need to know heading into tonight's game against the Northeastern Huskies. Go to GeorgiaDogs.com/digital. Starting lineups for the Georgia Bulldogs. Georgia off to a 6-0 start this season. Tom Crean in his third year as the head coach. His starting five tonight will be 5'10 sophomore Savir Wheeler, 6'8 sophomore Tumani Kamara, 6'5 graduate transfer Justin Kier, 6'3 junior Ty Fagan, and 6'6 graduate transfer P.J. Horn. Northeastern at 1-3 on the year, coached by Bill Cohen in his 15th season. He'll have 6'8 Jason Strong, 6-foot guard Tyson Walker, 6'9 junior Greg Eboigbaden, Coleman Stuka, a 6'7 freshman, and Shaquille Walters, a 6'6 redshirt junior transfer. We've got the tip for you back after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Long-lasting protection against COVID-19 is crucial to a safe living and work environment. That's why Georgia Athletics has chosen Cleanwell Services as their official disinfection partner. The trained technicians at Cleanwell use a CDC and EPA-approved nanotechnology-based cleaner that sticks to surfaces for an industry-leading protection lasting beyond 30 days. The Bulldogs trust Cleanwell, and if your business wants to keep your employees and customers safe, you also need to trust Cleanwell. Visit cleanwellsafe.com to get started today.
Get ready for tip-off at the UGA Bookstore, featuring the best Bulldogs gifts and apparel. Shop all the great brands at the UGA Bookstore like Nike, Tommy Bahama, Vineyard Vines, and Southern Tide. The UGA Bookstore is the exclusive home of the UGA 10 collection by Peter Millar. The UGA Bookstore in the heart of campus next to the Tate Student Center. Shop online 24/7 at UGABookstore.com. The UGA Bookstore, it's where dogs shop.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
At Community Coffee, we've been making great tasting coffee for over 100 years. But what makes us different isn't just how long we've been around, it's how far we're willing to go in pursuit of the perfect cup. We select only the finest beans and use over 4 generations of family roasting experience to give you the richest, most delicious coffee around. Find Community Coffee at your local grocery store or visit communitycoffee.com to order some today.
Now more than ever, it's important to support our local businesses, whether it's your favorite pizza place or your neighborhood barber. That's why I'm a proud member of Georgia's Own Credit Union. Georgia's Own has been serving our local community for more than 85 years. Whether they are saving you money on a checking account or credit card, or supporting the people, places, and teams that we've grown to love, Georgia's Own can't be beat. To learn more, visit their website at georgiasown.org. I'm Chuck Dowdle, and I'm one of Georgia's Own.
Starting lineups about to be announced here inside Stegman Coliseum for Georgia and Northeastern tonight. Before we get to that, let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Time for our keys to the game presented by the Ford F-150. It's more than a truck. It's your starting point guard. Learn more at buyfordnow.com. Then see your local Ford dealer and score a great offer on the official truck of the Georgia Bulldogs, the Ford F-150. Now, here's the official Chuck of the Georgia Bulldogs, Chuck Dowdle, with our keys to the game.
Let's get after them, Scott. First off, get your mind right to play. You know, it's easy to lose focus with the fat man's arrival in 3 days. But enough about Gillespie. Santa Claus is coming too. Don't forget him. And no visions of sugar plums, but visions of aggressive defense, rebounds, and those high-arcing threes. That's what we want to see tonight. 2, no nice list for us. We want to be on that naughty list, and I mean stealing the ball, running the floor, and then throwdowns at the rim. So let's be naughty tonight. And finally, let's send our guests home back to Beantown with a gift-wrapped lump of coal. I think that'd be a nice present for them to remember a lopsided loss at Stegman Coliseum by.
You know, I think that might be your best keys to the game in the history of keys to the game.
And it's got a very storied history, too.
Good stuff. Yes, indeed. All right, we're about ready for tip-off. It's brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and compassion await you in Atlanta. Learn more at northside.com. All right, it's 1-3 Northeastern, 6-0 Georgia. These two teams last met when everybody was a lot younger, 1981. The only previous meeting between these two teams. And Jim Calhoun was the coach at Northeastern. And, of course, Hugh Durham was the coach at Georgia in that illustrious meeting many, many years ago.
Oh.
Now it's been almost 40 years since they've played.
Wow.
The Huskies are 1-5 all-time against SEC teams. They beat Alabama in Charleston, South Carolina a couple of Novembers ago, November of 2018. And they are out of the Colonial Athletic Association.
You know, Scott, it seems to me that I know Tom Crean is still experimenting a lot with the guys on this team, but he likes this starting five.
I think they've got a good chemistry to get the game started. The opening tap controlled by Georgia, although neither guy hit it on the way up. It was Kamara tapping it on the way down. And the Dogs have the first possession again, working down to the far right end of the floor. Dogs in white, Huskies in red, a little bit of gold and black trim. Severe Wheeler dribbled into trouble on the left edge of the lane. Ball ended up on the floor, and he couldn't pick it up, and Huskies tie it up, and they have the possession arrow. So they'll get it on a first possession turnover by Georgia.
Well, an odd look for the Dogs offense. They started with Tumani Kamara out front at the point.
Here's Northeastern now, the Huskies with Tyson Walker at guard. Dribbles by Horn, drives down the lane, layup good. They give him a long continuation. They'll count the basket, says Olandis Poole, one of our 3 officials. And the foul on Tumani Kamara. And Northeastern on the board first with a Tyson Walker layup. And he'll go to the line here. Walker, 6-foot sophomore from Westbury, New York, 85% foul shooter. He missed it, but they get an offensive rebound.
Yeah, we let him come right around under us.
Eboigboden at 6'9", the transfer from Illinois, got the rebound, so Northeastern has another opportunity.
Went to sleep down in the low blocks.
Huskies with a 2-0 lead and the ball. Dogs are in a man-to-man defense. Long 3, left wing, front edge of the rim, no good. Rebound, far sideline, Kamara picks it up on the bounce, going to drive into the front court. Wheeler has it now. Cross-court lob to Kyer. They go to the rim with the pass, and it's through the hands of Kamara and out of bounds. They tried a long alley-oop lob from Kyer to Kamara coming down the left baseline, but it kind of blew up in our face.
Yeah, and we kind of start the game here with 2 empty possessions, not even getting a shot up.
2-0 Huskies. Just a little more than a minute in, 71 seconds and counting. Long 2, left wing, good by Tyson Walker. He's got both of their baskets thus far, and it's 4-0 Northeastern. Kamara at the head of the key, dribbles with the left hand, now going to drive. Left edge of the lane, bank shot, won't go. Rebound, fight for it. Loose, picked up, couldn't control it. Kamara had it for a second, but it's going to be out on Northeastern. It'll be the Dogs' possession. Kamara was fighting Shaquille Walters, the 6'6" Santa Clara transfer, for the ball, and he ended up touching it last, so the Dogs will keep it. Here's Fagan to inbound, left of the basket support. He'll throw it in over the head of Wheeler, and he'll chase it down near half court and then send a wide pass out of bounds on the near sideline. Dogs disjointed a little bit here, Chuck, in the first 95 seconds.
Scott, it's not a little bit. I mean, we've got errant passes. We've got mistakes in basketball IQ. We're just not doing things right.
Another turnover by the Dogs. Ball got loose for a second from Northeastern, and Kyer went sliding on the floor trying to chase it down. The Huskies keep it. Strong misses a 3 right in front of us on the near side. And the rebound goes to the Dogs. Fagan going to dribble and drive. Off balance, tries to lay it up with the left hand. Send it over the entire rim.
He was off balance because he got pushed.
Rebound to Northeastern. Yeah, there was no whistle there. They feed it into the post. Eboigboden at 6'9". 2 dribbles, steps into the paint, jump hook right in front of the basket. Good. That was a bit of a mismatch. I think he was on Fagan that time, and Ty giving up a lot of size there. It's 6-0 Huskies. Kyer drives out of the right corner into a crowd, draws contact, and a foul whistled on the guys in red. That's a block on Eboigboden. That's his first.
2.5 minutes into the game, and the first good thing that's happened to Georgia is a blocking foul.
Long way to go. That's the silver lining here. 17:30 remaining on the clock, first half. Kamara dribbles all the way into the post, then tried to pivot one way and then the other. And when he did, he had the ball knocked out of his hands, and it's out on him. So Northeastern will get it, and another Dogs turnover there. Oh, we've got a rash of these 4 turnovers already. And that matches our possession number, right? 4 turnovers, 4 possessions. 6-0 Huskies. They've got the ball. Walker off the rim. Eboigboden, rebound, putback won't go with the jump hook. Dogs get his miss. Here's Kyer now on the right side of the floor. Scoops it underhand back to P.J. Horn for 3. Scana Energy 3 by P.J. Horn.
Boy, that was nice to see, too. P.J., you know, sometimes he doesn't get a lot of points. Sometimes he doesn't get a lot of rebounds, but he is always active on the floor.
Let's hope that's a sign of good things to come. He hit his first 3-pointer of the night. 6-3, Dogs trail. Northeastern gets in deep, missed a little bank shot from the right side of the lane. Rebound Dogs. Kyer runs out all the way to the rack, stripped out of bounds. No, he lost it out of bounds. It's Northeastern's ball.
I'll tell you what, they're not giving Georgia the calls down there driving to the rim. Ty Fagan got pushed a while ago. Justin Kyer that time was pushed. No whistle on either one.
Olandis Poole, Keith Patterson, and Errol Lewis, our trio of officials tonight. 6-3, the visitors lead the Dogs. Jump shot right side, good. 3 by Coleman Stuka, 6'7" freshman from Ontario, Canada. It's his first basket of the night, and it's 9-3 Dogs. Horn misses a 3 this time, chases down his own rebound in the lane. They kick it out. Kyer has it now, drives down the middle of the lane. Scoop shot won't go, but he's fouled under the basket. A blocking foul is called on their big guy. Eboigbaden picks up his second. Maybe that's a benefit for Georgia. The big guy will be likely on the bench after the timeout. 15:55 remaining, first half. Northeastern with the early lead, leading the Dogs 9-3 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
These days I'm spending a lot more time at home, which means I need ways to easily control my comfort. And here's an insider tip. If you're a Georgia Power residential customer, you may be eligible for up to a $75 instant rebate on a smart thermostat. Here's how. Georgia Power's online marketplace features thermostats from brands like Google Nest, Honeywell, and Ecobee, as well as a variety of LEDs and smart home products like smart speakers, Wi-Fi routers, indoor cameras, and more. Just visit the site and start shopping. Shop now at GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com.
Core Power's the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Work hard, recover harder with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Everybody remembers the amazing light show last year when we ran the Fighting Irish out of Sanford Stadium that made Georgia the envy of college football. I'm Kenny Mullins, business manager for the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, Local 613. Every light in Sanford Stadium was installed by an IBEW electrician. We also light up the practice facility and many other buildings on campus. Learn more about the IBEW at IBEW613.org. Go Dogs!
Core Power's the official protein drink of Georgia basketball. Fueled by 26 grams of high-quality protein, your workout will never go to waste. Work hard, recover harder with Core Power, the official protein drink of Georgia basketball.
Scott Howard, Chuck Donald back with you, and our producer-engineer is Adam Gillespie tonight. Zach Jules in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Glad to have you along with us on this Tuesday night before Christmas. Dog fans, if you need a home loan to fit your team and budget, Rocket can. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. It's 9-3. Huskies lead the Dogs, Chuck, and not the best of starts by Georgia.
No, we've come out really sloppy. I mean, 5 turnovers in 4.5 minutes, 4 minutes, and that's just not good. We've got to settle down. I mean, you worry about this during a week when they're looking forward to getting away, getting home for Christmas holidays, and so you got to get your mind focused on what's at hand, and what's at hand is a pretty good basketball team in front of you that you need to beat.
Well, we got a chance to creep up a little bit with Justin Kyer at the free throw line, the 6'5", 190-pound graduate transfer from Virginia. He's transferred from George Mason. He misses the first free throw. He's a 73% foul shooter. He missed them both.
Wow.
So that percentage will go down a little bit. Came in 8 of 11. Now he's 8 of 13 for the season. And the Dogs come up empty again on another possession. So 5 turnovers, only 4 field goal attempts, and 3 points. That's how this one's starting for Georgia. Northeastern with a basketball there in red. Long 3, Walker. Tyson Walker knocked it down from the right wing good. That's his first 3 of the night, their second of the game. And the Huskies extend the lead to 9. It's 12-3. Kyer with the ball, holds it high over his head between the circles. Kamara flashes out to his left, takes the feed, now going to drive, puts it on the floor, runs, puts it up in the air, leaves it short. comes straight down to him, and now Northeastern takes it away. Another empty possession by the Dogs. Missed shot. Strong, wide open three, left corner, off the far side of the iron. No good. Wheeler gets the rebound away from Kyer. Friendly fire there. Wheeler drives, left edge. Backs it out above the arc. Goes to Fagan on the left wing. He's going to put it on the floor. We got a whistle down on the baseline under the basket. And let's check the call. A little pushing and shoving going on down there. They got Chris Doherty for Northeastern, a 6'7", 235-pound redshirt sophomore. He's a transfer from Notre Dame. He's called for the foul. His first and the team's third. Garcia's checked into the ball game for the Dogs. Christian Brown's in the ball game as well. Dogs called for a travel on the entry.
Well, Sevier was trying to pull up, and he did pull up with a basketball, but he didn't stop his feet.
That's 6 turnovers now for Georgia. Brown and Wheeler, Kyer, Garcia, and Kamara. That's the Dogs' 5 on the floor. And they're trailing right now 12-3. Huskies with the ball. Walker works against Kyer, goes into the corner. Dribble it off the wing. Telfort down the lane. Blocking foul called on Kamara. The basket goes for Telfort, and that's 2 on Tumani. That's 2 too many on Tumani. Oh, my goodness. Telfort with the bucket. Jameel Telfort, injured prior to the ODU game. That was their last game on Sunday. They lost it 66-62, so he didn't play against the Monarchs in their previous game, and he was questionable tonight. But as we can see, available for this one, and he's at the line waiting for a three-point play opportunity. 71% foul shooter, 10 of 14 for the year. Free throw is good. 15-3. Dogs digging an early hole. 14:20 to go first half. Kyer, left-hand dribble off the wing. It curls down the lane and feeds Christian Brown. There's a whistle to stop play, and it's going to be a foul on Northeastern. That's on Tyson Walker, their guard. That's his first. And Georgia will inbound the basketball. Down a dozen points here, not even 6 minutes into the ball game. Garcia, one dribble, handoff Wheeler. Down the lane, kick out. Kyer passes a little wide, shot fake. Sends it up the wing to Wheeler. He'll shoot straight on 2, right at the top of the circle, and it's good for Sevier.
I'll tell you what, he was drifting a little bit to the right. I was worried about that shot, but it was all net.
15-5. Wheeler's first basket of the ball game. Now it needs some stops here. Garcia stops the baseline drive. Northeastern with the ball. Right edge of the lane. Will fade away 2 from 12. Won't go. Rebound to Garcia and the Dogs. Into the front court up the near sideline. Gives it to Wheeler. Point guard from Houston, Texas. Fires across to Christian Brown. Deep into the corner to Kyer. Overhead pass to McMillan. Dogs will back it out and reset. 12 on the shot clock. Down 15-5 here early. Ball knocked away. Wheeler chases it down. Only 6 to shoot. Sevier drives to a spot on the floor. Pulls up at the free throw line. Misses the jumper. Rebound. Dogs try to save it out of bounds with McMillan, but it's going to be out on Georgia. It'll be Northeastern's basketball.
Scott, you know what Tom Crean told you in the pregame interview? He said they're going to want us to play their game, and we want to play ours. Well, guess what? We're playing theirs.
Yes.
We're playing a slow down, boy, take your time offense. We're not doing our run and shoot the way Tom Crean likes to see it.
Dogs get Jonathan Ned, 6'9", JUCO transfer in the game. Trailing 15-5. We're down 10. Walker going to drive, dish in the paint to Doherty on the left block. He lays it in with the left hand. It rolls in off the back portion of the rim after it touched the glass. Doherty with his first points. Ned with a 3 from the left wing. Jonathan Ned pulled the trigger quickly on that one. A Scana Energy 3 quickly from Jonathan Ned.
Yeah, smooth looking shot.
17-8 is our score now. Dogs on the short end of that one. Trying to play catch up. Less than 12 and a half to go in the first half. Walker Trying to wave Stuka in the left corner here. Gets a screen to get Wheeler off of him. Drives to the left elbow. Pops a 15-footer. Good. Walker with a jump shot. He's already got 9 in the game. It's 19-8. Huskies lead the Dogs here on our home floor with 12:05 remaining first half. Christian Brown to Wheeler. Out front, motion to the top of the key. Wheeler to the elbow, left side, pivots, finds Garcia on the baseline. He's going to drive, and they will stop play with a whistle. Got a foul down on the baseline, says the official. And that will be on Stuka on Northeastern. That's his first, and the team's 5th. And that gets us into a timeout with 11:55 to play. Half number 1, Northeastern Huskies 19, Georgia Bulldogs 8 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
'Twas the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger, fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
The holidays are here, and gift cards make them easy. And you can choose brands like Bass Pro Shops, Cabela's, Cracker Barrel, and more. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
For up to the second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
If you thought you saw the last of the double cheeseburger pizza from Papa John's, think again, because it's back again. And now they're debuting the sequel as a Papadilla, a quarter-pound of beef, zesty burger sauce, and pickles on crispy flatbread crust. Again, one more time. Get a large double cheeseburger pizza for just $12, or a new double cheeseburger Papadilla for $6. Better ingredients, better pizza, Papa John's. Again. Not valid with discounts, fees, and taxes. Extra prices may vary.
This holiday season, hurry into the Road Home sales event and conquer any terrain on your trip back with the remarkably versatile BMW X3, the spacious BMW X5, or the iconic 3 Series. This year, don't just take the road home, truly experience it in the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event for exceptional offers today.
Take advantage of our holiday credit today. Visit BMWATL.com for details. Go Dogs!
19-8, Northeastern leading Georgia here with 11:55 to go in the half. We're going to send Chuck to a place he doesn't want to go, in the huddle. Brought to you by Georgia's own credit union, banking on purpose. Chuck, in the huddle, what do you got?
Well, I guarantee you at this point, Tom Crean and his staff are pointing out to the Dogs that they are playing Northeastern style of basketball, not Georgia basketball. We have got to be more aggressive running the floor, particularly defensively, to create opportunities to run the floor. They've got no turnovers. We've got 6. We got to force some.
Dogs will inbound in the front court with Garcia to Wheeler, left side, drives the baseline, skip pass in the right corner to Garcia. Going to dribble under the post, spin move, miss the layup, hit the rim, rebound down to Northeastern. Dogs come away empty again. Huskies with a basketball. Vito Chubrillo, a 6'4 sophomore guard, had it for a second. Gate it off to Telfort, and Northeastern going to turn it over. Dogs get a break there as they'll gladly take the first turnover of the game by Northeastern. Ned into the front court now, left to right for the Dogs. We've got Ned, McMillan, Garcia, Brown, and a backdoor pass to McMillan under the basket. Puts it up under the hoop. It bounces twice over the rim, falls down. Northeastern with a rebound.
Bad break for Tyrone there because that was point-blank range.
He was right under the basket. Didn't get the bounce. Telfort catch and shoot 3. Left wing. Good all net. Jamil Telfort with the 3. And that's his 7th of the year. He's 7 of 9 on 3-point shots. That's a very high percentage. Christian Brown slides along the right baseline. Two-handed dunk with the scoop feed from Wheeler. Give Sevier the assist and give Christian the points. His first of the night. It's 22-10.
Play we've seen dozens of times. Sevier takes it inside. Soon as the defender commits to him to pick him up, boom, right off. He ends it.
3-ball Walker. The guard missed it this time. Christian Brown the rebound. That's what we need more of. Alley-oop by Wheeler. McMillan can't do anything with it. Saves it over the end line. Backhands it into Brown. Over to Wheeler for a three. Around the rim and out. No good. Garcia out of nowhere for the rebound for the Dogs. Georgia with the offensive board to keep it alive. Tom Crean almost all the way down to half court, barking out instructions for his team on offense down on the far end of the floor. 8 to shoot. Garcia will do so. Knock down a three. Scana Energy three. Andrew Garcia. His first basket of the night. It's 22-13 now. Dogs still trail Northeastern.
You know, the one area that we have not really done well in is shooting the three. We're about 28%, but we're 3 for 5 so far.
Northeastern moving it around. Dogs deflect the ball, but right back to Northeastern as Chubrillo collected it in the left corner. Walker's in trouble on the baseline. Zips a pass into the far corner. Chubrillo with Garcia all over him. Kick out top of the key. Shot clock runs out. Violation by the Huskies. Terrific defense by the Dogs. They really picked up the pace and forced the turnover.
And got some deflections. Now, they didn't come away with a basketball, but they forced some deflections. That's good.
Justin Kier back in the ball game for Georgia. Brown, Ned, McMillan, and Garcia. And the little fellow, Wheeler, will get a break here. 22-13, Huskies with a lead. 9.5 minutes, less than that now to go in the first half. Kier in the corner, up the wing to Ned. The big guy has a three already. Brown with it, top of the key, puts it on the floor. Right-hand dribble drive, a hip check from Northeastern. And the whistle blows from Olandis Poole, and they'll call the foul on the Huskies, Coleman Stuka.
And let me tell you something. They can run that play all night and with the same result. Coleman Stuka is not nearly as quick as Christian Brown. And when he tries to catch up to him, he's got no choice but to hip check him.
And Brown will be at the foul line. 2 shots to come. That's the 6th team foul on the Huskies. And Brown at the line this year has been pretty good, 73%. Free throw. Oh, going to roll out. No good.
You jinxed him.
That's another thing we're not doing very well tonight. We're 0 for 3 from the line.
You know what I always say? They call them free for a reason.
Brown, right-handed shooter.
There you go.
He got the roll that time, and he needed all of it. Makes 1 out of 2. It's 22-14. Dogs trail by 8, 9:20 to go. Plenty of time remaining, though. Dogs with 1-2-2 zone pressure. Northeastern into the front court. Shaquille Walters, middle of the floor. He's got the ball top of the key, guarded by Geyer. Twists and turns to the right. Telfort hesitates through the circle. Sends it left to Strong to the left elbow. Reverse it to Telfort in the left corner. Found his sweet spot and hit a three in the left corner. That's his second of the ball game. He's got 9, and the lead goes to 25-14. Huskies. Garcia going to put it on the floor. Drive from the left edge. Awkwardly.
That counts.
Drives and scores.
Hey,
falling
look,
down and got
we'll
fouled.
take that. Yeah, no doubt. He was out of control, and he'd lost his balance. But, hey, look, it went in, and he's going to the line. Great play.
Indeed. 3-point opportunity for the Dogs. And the foul was on Chubrillo. That's his first. Team 7th. Dogs are in the bonus.
We are in the bonus, aren't we?
Yes. Garcia with the 3-point play as he knocks down the foul shot.
We got 8 minutes and 43 seconds here in the bonus. That's good.
Fagan back in for the Dogs. Kier, Fagan. Horn is back in as well. Ned and McMillan stay on the floor. Huskies bring it into the front court. They work to our left. They're in red tonight. Dogs in home whites. Huskies work it around the perimeter. Walters, far side of the floor, comes near side. Long three from the wing. Got the bounce.
Wow. Oh, my goodness.
Chubrillo, 2 for 6 on threes before that one went, and he got the bounce. Here's Horn trying to answer. That one's all net. He didn't need a bounce. Right corner three by P.J. Horn quickly.
P.J. Horn starting to show what kind of a distance shooter he really is.
28-20. Dogs down by 8. Horn in his last 2 games before tonight, just 1 for 8 on threes. Here comes the loose ball right in our vicinity. Got to clear out of the way in case these guys dive over the table. It's going to be out on Northeastern.
If that guy dives over the table, the table's in trouble.
Doherty and Horn were running after it, and Doherty tried to save it, but Dogs are going to have the ball after the timeout. 7:56 to go. Half number one. It's Northeastern 28, Georgia 20. Back after this, Bulldog Sports Network.
Every Georgia fan knows that playing at home is an advantage, but when you're ready for a home, the competition can be fierce. A verified approval letter from Rocket Mortgage can help. It tells sellers that your offer is good, helping your bid compete with cash buyers and giving you an edge in the home buying market. So, when your finances need a home field advantage, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics.
A verified approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your individual financial information appraisal and title report. Call for cost information and conditions equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
Catches it with a spin move. Drop step to the baseline. Two-handed jam. Steps back for three. Nailed it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it. And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan. With game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
Make your first play of the season a smart one. Get a fast and easy sports physical right around the corner from Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. With 27 locations offering extended hours and most open 7 days a week, you can book online to get in, get out, and get on your way to a championship year. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to schedule a sports physical today. Patient care services provided by Piedmont Healthcare. Piedmont Quick Care at Walgreens. One stop to better.
Northeastern's led since the tip, 28-20 over Georgia right now. It's an 8-point lead. They've had a lead of as much as 14 tonight, but the Dogs eating into it a little bit here over the last 3.5 minutes or so. Right now, you can come in and get exceptional offers on the full line of BMWs. Just visit one of your Atlanta area BMW centers soon for a test drive. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers and go Dogs. So Georgia was down 22-8 with 11:10 to go. And now here 3 minutes and 14 seconds later or so, they've almost cut the lead in half. It's 28-20. Dogs will have the ball, bring it up the length of the floor, working to our right as we view it from way down on the left baseline. Our new courtside broadcast position in the virus era. We're all tested and cleared and ready for duty.
We are tested.
Here's Kyer down to the far right end of the floor, curls around on the baseline, down on the block, and hesitates and puts it up and scores on a short little jumper.
The defender backed away from him. You know, you're going to do that all day if the defender leaves you.
28-22. It's down to a 6-point deficit now for the Dogs. First points of the night for Kyer, Georgia's third leading scorer this season, averaging 13 a game. Dogs are in a zone, 2-3. No Kamara. He's on the bench with 2 fouls. Walker finds a spot, fires high off the glass, nowhere near the rim.
Yeah, just off the glass, just near the glass. That was it.
Missed a 13-footer. Dogs with a rebound. Uh-oh. Horn had it in the right corner, went up and came down. I guess his feet didn't leave the ground. I thought they were going to call him for a travel on the fake 3. Fagan works on the left baseline now, draws a double team. McMillan to Horn. One-handed slam. He missed it off the rim. Came in for the slam.
Oh, my
and it just
goodness.
went boing right off the rim, right back where it came from. Rebound to Northeastern. Oh, that's a missed opportunity. Big time. Walker penetrates, kick out to Telfort, moves up the wing, and steps out of bounds. And then he knocked down the 3 after he turned it over.
You know, sometimes big men don't have big hands. And P.J. Horn may not. I mean, that ball came out of his hand as he was going to dunk it. Kevin Willis used to be that way with the Hawks. You'd see the ball come off of his hand, hit the back of the rim.
Really? God, he's a big dude.
Yeah, but he got tiny hands. And
Jonathan Ned for 3 right of the circle. That was off the far side of the rim. Rebound down to Jason Strong, the 6'8 redshirt junior for Northeastern. Here comes a quick 3 by Strong on the other end. That's good. Boy, they're hitting some threes tonight. They've already got 6. 6 of 10 on threes. That's going to be a killer. 31-22, they lead. Dogs turn it over. Northeastern on the run out. Here's Walker. Mishandled the dribble. Recovers, scoops it over to Telfort for a 3.
Another one.
There's their 7th. Timeout, Georgia. Well, back-to-back threes will get the coach off the bench and call a timeout, and that's what we just did with 5:57 to go. Telfort now with 3 threes in the half and 12 points. 7 of 11 on threes. I think they came into the building early last night and sneaked in some practice time.
Well, I'll tell you this, and I'm a big believer in this too, Scott. You live by that, you're going to die by it. You better, if you're going to hit like that to maintain your lead, you better keep it up for 2 halves, and I don't think they can. Statistically, they can't.
Statistically, that's true. But they just went from a 6-point lead to a 12-point lead at the blink of an eye. Their big lead here in the half has been 14. Georgia has not played with the lead here in this first half. Kamara's going to come back in the ballgame now with his 2 fouls. Kyer, Fagan, Wheeler, and Horn. So we've got our starting 5 back on the floor. Let's see if we can get it going. 5:55, clock ticking, first half. Horn, 1 dribble, goes to Fagan to his right. Between the circles, Kamara. Dribble handoff to Wheeler, straight away. Flips it over to Horn. They work it around the right side of the floor. Fagan takes his time, misses the 3 with the left hand, missed the bounce as well. Rebound to Northeastern. Walters up the floor to Strong, going to drive. He trips, and a charge is called. And he banged knees, perhaps, with Tumani Kamara.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that call, but hey, look, we'll take that. Tumani's due one.
And Kamara with a sleeve on that right leg, and that's the knee that was causing him problems when he missed the Samford game a short time ago. He didn't like the pain of that collision just moments ago. He's grimacing. Now he's trying to post up Strong, pushes him in the back, and another foul on Strong. That's 2 quick ones on that guy.
And then now we got a 1-and-1.
So Strong came down and got an offensive foul and then tries to set up against Kamara on the defensive end and called for the foul there. That'll stop the clock. 5:23 to go first half and put Tumani at the free throw line. 4, as Chuck pointed out, the 1-and-1. Left-handed free throw shooter, up and in, good. And that's Tumani's first point of the night. He's our leading scorer and rebounder coming into this game. 15 points a game, 8.5 rebounds. And he missed the second foul shot, but we ripped down the rebound with Horn, and then they foul him. Horn beat a double team with good hustle to get the rebound.
He really did. That's a great call, Scott, because that was pure hustle. He went up between the 2 defenders and just said, no, I want it more.
Doherty picks up his second foul. Georgia's in the double bonus with 5:22 to go and Horn at the line. He'll get 2 here. PJ, 6 of 8 from the foul line this season. The Virginia Tech transfer. He's from Tifton, Georgia. Right-handed shooter, lets it fly, no good. Boy, we are stone cold from the foul line tonight. The Dogs are 3 of 8 from the free throw line. That dog ain't going to hunt.
No, that's
34-23. Northeastern with a lead. Second free throw, got rim and rolled in there good. Horn misses one, makes one. He's got 7. And it's 34-24. We're down 10. 5:15 and counting here, first half. Huskies got the basketball. Dogs in a man-to-man. Far right wing, they go to Walker with a hard waist-high pass. Ooh, right through the defenders and down the lane, and scoop shot good. That looked like Severe Wheeler shot.
He's believe it or not, he's a little smaller than Severe.
Well, he's listed at 6 feet.
Well, it looks like when he matches up against him, he looks smaller.
36-24, Huskies lead. We get it into Kamara, and Kamara, are they going to call an offensive foul on Tumani? They did. That's his 3rd. Ouch.
Wow.
Oh, my goodness. Well, that's the risk of playing your guy with 2 fouls, but Georgia didn't have a whole lot going on, so Tom Crean rolled the dice. And Tumani picks up his 3rd foul with 4:44 to go in the first half. Jackson Eder enters the ball game for the Dogs. Garcia's back in. Kyer, Horn, Wheeler, that's our 5. Huskies with a 12-point lead and the ball. Shaquille Walters Works one-on-one with Kyer. Drives to the foul line. Reverse pivot, fade away, 15-footer good. They are shooting the lights out tonight. 38-24. 14-point lead again. Matching the largest of the ball game. Offensive foul, Wheeler. He was in a spin move, out of control, and he knocked down Walker. Hit him sliding on the floor. Foul on Sevier. That's his first. And the team's fourth. The other 3 fouls belong to Tumani Kamara, who's on the bench. So our top rebounder and leading scorer is sitting this one out now with 4:05 to go in the first half, and his team down 14 points. 38-24. Huskies with the lead and the ball. Walker wanted the handoff, couldn't get it from the big guy. Eboigben. Shot blocked by Horn at the rim. Dogs take it away. Kyer scoops it up ahead. Sevier down the lane. Good driving layup with a kiss off the glass.
Oh, that was highlighted by P.J. Horn, blocking the shot, saving it out of bounds, and then the Dogs went quickly on the break.
The lead is 12 now for the Huskies. Offense created the defense. Northeastern in trouble on the far side. Walker can't see around the 2 defenders right in front of him. He's going to force up a long pass to the near side. 5 on the shot clock. Walter step back 3, front of the rim, no good. Kyer one-handed rebound for the Dogs. Justin, the transfer from George Mason into the front court, slams on the break, skids a little bit, gets it to Garcia. He attacks from the left side, loses the ball off the floor on the bounce. Walter's going to pick it up for Northeastern, runs the other way, stripped away by Wheeler. Ball is rolling on the floor. 2 bodies go for it. Walters and Horn go to the floor. They call the jump ball, and the Dogs have the arrow. So Horn and Walters with the tie-up, and the Dogs with the arrow. They'll have the possession after the timeout. 2:57 to play first half. Northeastern still leads the Dogs. It's 38-26 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
Long-lasting protection against COVID-19 is crucial to a safe living and work environment. That's why Georgia Athletics has chosen Cleanwell Services as their official disinfection partner. The trained technicians at Cleanwell use a CDC and EPA-approved nanotechnology-based cleaner that sticks to surfaces for an industry-leading protection lasting beyond 30 days. The Bulldogs trust Cleanwell, and if your business wants to keep your employees and customers safe, you also need to trust Cleanwell. Visit cleanwellsafe.com to get started today.
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips in a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips in a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
38-26, Northeastern leading Georgia here in Athens. This first half recap's brought to you by Regions. You can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Just visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Well, it didn't start well for the Dogs. At the first timeout, first media timeout, it was 9-3 Northeastern. Georgia had 3 points, 4 field goal attempts, and 5 turnovers. It got worse from there as Northeastern was in the middle of a 9-0 run. They pushed the lead up to 14 at 22-8. Dogs started to whittle back with a 14-6 run to get it down to 6, and then back-to-back threes. Jacked it up to a double-digit lead for the Huskies again, and that's kind of where we are right now. It's a dozen-point lead for Northeastern, making their first trip to Athens. Dogs with the ball, bringing it into the front court, left to right. Less than 3 minutes to go in the first half. Wheeler with the ball, top of the key, works it through the legs a little bit, hands off on the run to Kyer. Finds a sweet spot, misses the 15-footer at the foul line. Rebound, touched out last by the Dogs. Jackson Eder tried to sell it that it was their ball. The official didn't buy it. It's Northeastern's ball with 2:42 to go in the half. And they lead by 12. Garcia, the only defender in the backcourt for Georgia, as the Huskies bring it up the court with Tyson Walker, 6-foot sophomore guard from Westbury, New York. Got a screen from Eboigbaden. Dribbles on the left wing now. Right-hand dribble. Switches to the left. Now he'll spot up for a three and rattle it home. Good.
Wow.
14 points in the half for Tyson Walker. He's their leading scorer, averages 16.5 a game. Get it into Garcia on the left block. A little short jump hook. Rattles and rolls in there for Andrew. Good. He's got 8 points in the first half now. Makes it 41-28. Now we've given up 41 points in the half. And we've still got 1:58 to go. Dogs in a fight here tonight. Huskies with a basketball. Ball handler Walker works against P.J. Horn. Now they get it over to Telfort high on the left wing. Send it to the big guy, Eboigbaden. In trouble under the basket. Tried to pass it out of trouble on the baseline. Threw it away. Dogs intercept it. Kyer up ahead. Wheeler running. Layup won't go. Tap in is good from the right side. P.J. Horn. It's good to have the old boy from Tifton right around the basket there. We needed that. 41-30.
Justin Kyer ignited it with a nice steal on that attempted save.
Less than 80 seconds to go in the half. Huskies with the ball and an 11-point lead. Walker, left side of the lane. Long strides to the basket, missed it off the glass. Rebound, tapped to the Dogs. Georgia has it with Wheeler driving out of control. Block foul on Chubrilo. Vito Chubrilo, the 6'4 sophomore guard from Croatia, whistled for the foul. That's his second. They've got a load of fouls. Georgia's been in the double bonus since around the 6-minute mark. And with 63 seconds to go, this will be Xavier Wheeler at the foul line. Yeah. And his first free throw is all net. Good.
We went into the bonus with 8:43 to play in the half. So
need to take advantage of it. We've been missing foul shots tonight. 5 of 10 from the line tonight.
All right, we'll get into single digits here if we can knock this down.
Second one by the lefty. Good. Wheeler hits a pair. He's got 6. 41-32. We'll get it down to 9 with 59 seconds to go. Northeastern basketball. Walker to Strong on the far side. Christian Brown back in. Oh, they threw it away. We saved it, but right into their guy. Walters, they keep it alive. Walters has it, dumps it down low to Doherty underneath. Throws it up over the backboard. It spins off the top of the backboard and out of bounds, but there's a foul on the Dogs. Sevier picks up his second, and that'll put Chris Doherty, the Notre Dame transfer, on the line, coming off a career game against Old Dominion. He had 8 points and 9 boards, both career highs. He had 5 offensive rebounds in that game on Sunday. Left-handed shooter. He banks it in. Hard bank shot, too, on the free throw.
I give him credit for this. He acted immediately after it like he meant to do that.
Well, the backboard's there for a reason.
Well, yeah, I don't think he meant to do that, though.
Kieran Imanga.
You'll know here.
Comes into the game for Northeastern. He missed that one off the back rim. Rebound goes to Georgia as Horn tips it to Kyer, and they scoop it over to Wheeler. 39 seconds to go. We're down 42-32. Overhead pass to Sevier. Double team at the elbow. Back to Kyer. Hard right-hand dribble drive. Steps back on the right baseline. Gives it to Christian Brown, who circled around. A little scoop hook shot under the basket from the left block. Won't go. Rebound to Northeastern. They can hold for the final shot. They lead by 10. 14 seconds to go. Walker with Garcia guarding and extending the left arm towards the ball. 10-second lead, or a 10-point lead for the Huskies. Telfort for 3. Good. With 1 second to go, and that's how the half will end. Telfort made 4 threes.
Well, kind of fitting
in that first half.
Kind of fitting that they end it with a 3. I mean, that was really the story of their offense in the first half.
And unfortunately for Georgia, that three gives Northeastern their largest lead of the game at 13. No, correction. Their largest lead was 15. They lead by 13 at intermission. I'm jumping the gun there, but it's still a double-digit lead for the Huskies, Chuck, 45-32. Northeastern, 9 of 13 on threes in the first half. Ouch. Dogs got some work to do at intermission, and so do we. Zach Jewell will get our work started at the Georgia Power halftime show. He's standing by in the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. Again, your halftime score in Athens, Northeastern 45, Georgia 32. Halftime is next here on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that there's nothing like game day in Athens. And if you're all about the black and red, there's nothing like having the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions in your wallet. As the official bank of the SEC, Regions is here to help you pull for your team with everything you've got. To order your card, visit regions.com/GoDogs. Regions, member FDIC. Terms, conditions, and fees may apply.
Catches it, the spin move, drop step to the baseline. Two-handed jam. Steps back for three. Count it from way downtown. Drives the lane. Kaboom! Count it. And gets the foul. Are you kidding me?
Keep the excitement of game day going in a Nissan with game-changing tech that makes every drive as exciting as a game-winning buzzer beater. Get to Nissan, proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
The radical left will do anything for total control. But a bipartisan Senate committee of Democrats and Republicans cleared Kelly Loeffler of their false accusations.
Today's clear exoneration affirms what Senator Loeffler has said all along.
She's been exonerated.
She did nothing wrong.
What Kelly did do is deliver for Georgia.
Kelly Loeffler is working to make sure hospitals have staff and PPE.
Georgians stranded after nearly a month. Loeffler worked to make sure these Georgians got home.
Kelly Loeffler launched the Georgia Relief and Recovery website
with a focus on getting business back up and running.
The Georgia senator donates $1 million to Phoebe Foundation.
Kelly Loeffler aiding in the return of Georgians from at least 8 countries.
She's using her platform to make sure no Georgian goes hungry.
This election, stand with Kelly. Save the Senate from radical control. Save the future for America.
I'm Kelly Loeffler. I approve this message.
Paid for by Georgians for Kelly Loeffler.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Georgia Power Halftime Report. The Georgia Power Halftime Report is brought to you by Georgia Power, proud to power the Georgia Bulldogs. Live from the Piedmont Healthcare Network studios, here's your host, Zach Jewell.
Halftime from Stegman Coliseum in the Dogs' last non-conference tune-up of the season. Welcome inside our Piedmont Healthcare studios as we take you around the sporting landscape to keep you up to date on everything happening around college sports today. Today's Halftime Report is presented by Georgia Power. Turn up the heat on holiday savings with Georgia Power, now offering their biggest sale of the year on energy-efficient products like the brand-new Google Nest thermostat, only on GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com. We'll get started with SEC action where half the league is playing today, starting out earlier this afternoon when Auburn took down Appalachian State 67-53. Ole Miss beat UT Martin 90-43, and Arkansas moves to 7-0 after they beat Abilene Christian 85-72. 3 games in progress now, all at the half except for one. Missouri's got a football score going on. They lead Bradley 21-17. Vanderbilt and Davidson. Vanderbilt trailing Davidson that one 35-29 at the half. And Alabama up over East Tennessee State 14-13 with 11:16 to go in the first half there. That does it for a look at SEC play. Dogs trailing this one 45-32 through 20 minutes. The Georgia Power Halftime Report continues next with a look at top 25 and some bowl action right here on the Georgia Power on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
No one gets you closer to SEC sports than SiriusXM. Tune in to shows on SEC Radio hosted by experts like Peter Burns, Chris Doring, Aaron Murray, and me, Jacob Hester. Plus, get conference news, analysts, and much more. From the off-season through the postseason, we've got your team covered anywhere you go. And now, you can try us out for free. Get a free trial to take your team with you on your phone, online, and at home. Start listening at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great race, we gave this game day jam surprisingly great lyrics.
I want a race that's great. Who is this? I free him tonight. Hey, it's Jake. I want a way to save. Got the coverage on my brand new ride. State Farm race. Yeah, they're great. State Farm, State Farm, State Farm race.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
The Dogs are heard right here. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
It was the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
For a burst of sweet citrus, pick up Cutie seedless mandarins. Take them home for just $2.99 in the 3-pound bag with card. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Georgia. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the express written consent of the University of Georgia, Learfield IMG College, and JMI Sports. Announcers are provided by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports and approved by the University of Georgia.
Zach Jewell back inside the Piedmont Healthcare Studios as the Georgia Power halftime report rolls on with a check of scores in games around the top 25. Only one final from earlier to report as 16th-ranked Virginia took care of business against William & Mary. They won that game 76-40. In progress now, 3 more halftime scores to tell you about. 9th-ranked Wisconsin leads Nebraska 25-24. Number 15, Texas Tech over Oklahoma 40-32. And 17th-ranked North Carolina trails at NC State 49-42. Still to come later on, 6th-ranked Houston hosts Temple at the top of the hour. Then we have 3 9 p.m. games. Number 1, Gonzaga hosts Northwestern State. Purdue visits number 4, Iowa, and the headline game of the night, 7th-ranked West Virginia takes on 3rd-ranked Kansas in Lawrence. We've also got bowl games getting cranked up this week. First up today, the famous Idaho Potato Bowl, where Nevada took down Tulane 38-27, and down in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, BYU all over UCF 21-0 at the end of 1 quarter of play. That does it for your check of scores around the country. Dogs trailing this one 45-32 halfway through. Scott and Chuck are back courtside next with first half stats. You're locked in to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you hear the news about David Perdue's stock trades?
Outrage now growing over reports that at least 4 U.S. senators dumped millions of dollars worth of stocks just before coronavirus sent the markets into a free fall.
David Perdue bought and sold stock shortly after a private Senate briefing on the virus.
Stock in Pfizer, a pharmaceutical company now developing a coronavirus vaccine.
He bought stock in DuPont, which makes the protective personal equipment.
David Perdue bought and dumped up to $14 million in stock, more trades than any U.S. senator. Worse, while David Perdue was lining his pockets, he told us the virus posed little risk, leaving Georgia unprepared. There's a better choice. John Ossoff leads investigations of corruption for news organizations around the world. He's refusing donations from corporate PACs. And John Ossoff will listen to doctors and scientists to defeat this virus and rebuild our economy.
I'm John Ossoff, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by John Ossoff for Senate.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
You've heard liberal Senator Chuck Schumer.
Now we take Georgia, then we change America.
And radical liberal Congresswoman AOC.
We win these races in Georgia so that we don't have to negotiate.
Now hear Senator David Perdue.
No negotiation. Think about that. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and John Ossoff want total control. They win Georgia, they'll have it. Illegal immigrants, voting. Police, defunded. Taxes, sky high. Our proud military, gutted. The Supreme Court, packed. Is any of that really what you want? It's easy to say, that'll never happen in America. But that's exactly what they've told us they will do. We're the only ones left who can stop them. We win Georgia, we save America. I'm David Perdue, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message, paid for by Perdue for Senate.
Scott Howard back with you halftime at Stegman Coliseum. Georgia trails Northeastern 45-32. It's time for our first half stats. Brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Their surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and compassion await you in Atlanta. You can learn more at northside.com. First half stats, Georgia shoots 44%, 11 of 25. The Huskies, 59%. They were scorching hot, 17 of 29. Check out the three-point numbers, though, Chuck. 9 of 13 for Northeastern, 69%. The Dogs, 4 of 8.
Almost 70%, 69.8%. I mean, let me tell you something. If a team's going to shoot 70% from behind the arc against you, you're going to lose. I mean, that's just the way it's going to be. You're going to lose. So you better figure out a way to make sure that they don't shoot that in the second half. I don't think they will. Their percentage is only 31.
So, like you said, live by the three, die by the three.
Yeah,
so the second half, your philosophy is they're going to die by the three.
They're going to die by the
because
three.
Because they lived by it in the first half.
You got it.
All right, we shall see. Free throw percentage, 50% for the Huskies, 2 of 4. The Dogs were 6 of 11. We left some on the table there, so to speak, 55% from the line. We had 10 turnovers in the first half, and the Huskies got 15 points off of our 10 mistakes. The Northeastern team committed 7 turnovers. We scored only 6 points on their mistakes.
Yeah, and you know what? Our 10 turnovers, 6 of them were in the first 4 minutes. I mean, we had 6 of them right there in the first 4.
Rebounding, Georgia with +4 there, 17-13. And the Dogs' leading rebounder and scorer this season, Tumani Kamara, had 3 first-half fouls. Our individual scores, P.J. Horn leads the Dogs at the half with 9. Andrew Garcia has 8. The leading scorer in the game is Jameel Telfort, the 6'7 freshman guard from Canada for Northeastern. He's got 15. He's perfect tonight. 5 for 5 from the field, 4 for 4 from the three-point line, and he's made his only free throw. He's got 15. Let's pause 10 seconds. Station identification on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Halftime winding down. Second half is on the way. We'll be back for it right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. Hey, Georgia Bulldogs, let's talk about your home game setup. You're probably watching from your living room, which might double as your home office, and maybe even a bedroom. Well, with rates at historic lows, it's a great time to refinance with Rocket Mortgage and get cash out of your home. Cash which you can use to remodel a basement or a den into the ultimate fan cave. When you're ready to upgrade your home game, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states. NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030.
Geico presents Left Brain versus Right Brain.
You know, we should switch to Geico.
I'm picking up what you're putting down, buddy.
We could save hundreds of dollars a year on car insurance.
Oh, with that kind of scratch, we can get the band back together for a reunion tour.
A, we were never in a band. B, Glenn let us play the tambourine on stage one time. And C, we will, however, put that savings towards a new interview suit.
Look what I found. Huh? Still got it.
Oh, no.
Geico. 15 minutes could save you 15% or more.
Don't go anywhere. The Dogs are coming right back. You're listening to the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold-cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras, plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
Dogs have to dig out of a 13-point hole as we start the second half. 45-32, Northeastern led the entire first half. 15 was their largest lead of the half. And again, Georgia has not played with the lead. And we'll start Wheeler and Kyer, Fagan, Horn, and Kamara here in the second half. Tumani playing with 3 fouls. And our leading scorer this season, averaging 15 points, 8.5 rebounds, had only 1 point in the first half and just 2 rebounds. That's a lot to make up for. Northeastern with a basketball to start the second half. Walker works in the corner. We double him with Fagan and Horn. They get it out of trouble, work it around the left side of the floor. Strong, one-hand pass, top of the key. It goes to Walters. Shaquille Walters dribbles down on the block, spins into the lane against Kamara. Jump shot, got the bounce off the back rim, and it falls through good. Tumani's got to be very careful, obviously, on defense.
And they're going to go right at him just like they did.
Scoop shot on the drive. Wheeler, they wave off the basket, say the foul was on the floor before Wheeler took 2 more steps to the hoop. It's going to be a foul on Tyson Walker, the point guard for Northeastern. That's his second. And Georgia will inbound the basketball. 47-32. 15 points in the hole for the Dogs. Largest deficit of the game, or it matches it anyway. Wheeler off the spin, drives from the wing, through the double team, and another foul. You are correct, sir. Yeah, Walker with 2 quick fouls, giving him 3 for the game now. Wheeler working on him. And Walker not liking the call. Fagan to throw it in. Right baseline. Feeds it into Savir. To the right elbow. Pass comes this way. Near side 3. Horn misses it off the iron. Rebound Kamara. Dribbles it into the paint. Right in front of the basket. Didn't get the roll. Rolls off the iron. Touched out by Northeastern. Again, Dogs ball. Greg Eboigbaden, the 6'9" transfer from Illinois. He's originally from Nigeria and Detroit, Michigan here in the United States. Tried to talk the official out of it, but Dogs able to keep the possession. Wheeler going to drive, bumps Walker at the foul line, then banks it in from 14 feet in the lane. Severe with 8, 47-34, Huskies lead. Took a long time to get those 2 points. And the Dogs are down 13 now. Northeastern with the basketball. They need to go cold in this half because they were hot in the first half. Strong for 3. Far corner. No good. Rebound. Fagan for the Dogs. Down the middle of the floor. Over the logo. Into the front court. One-handed bounce pass to Horn on the block. He misses the lay-in. Too hard off the glass. Ball is loose. Wheeler finds the handle. Scoop shot. Left it short. Kamara rebound. Back up and in. Good. Tumani.
I mean, how many opportunities were we going to blow there?
Woo! Northeastern calls a timeout after that exchange. It's 47-36. 18-21 to go. Bill Cohen, the 15th-year head coach at Northeastern, wants to talk it over. We'll take a timeout. Back to Athens after this with our score. Huskies 47, Bulldogs 36 on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
These days I'm spending a lot more time at home, which means I need ways to easily control my comfort. And here's an insider tip. If you're a Georgia Power residential customer, you may be eligible for up to a $75 instant rebate on a smart thermostat. Here's how. Georgia Power's online marketplace features thermostats from brands like Google Nest, Honeywell, and Ecobee, as well as a variety of LEDs and smart home products like smart speakers, Wi-Fi routers, indoor cameras, and more. Just visit the site and start shopping. Shop now at GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com.
Even before the victory celebration is over, great teams are back at it the next day, working to get even better. The team at Ford understands how hard work and dedication pay off. Over the last 30 years, Ford Explorer has been America's best-selling SUV. In fact, all Ford SUVs, like Explorer, Escape, and Edge, are built for victory. Score a great offer today at your local Ford dealer. Based on total cumulative OEM reported U.S. sales for all SUVs from calendar year 1990 through calendar year 2019.
Northeastern's lead is 11 over Georgia, 47-36, back here at Stegman Coliseum, where right now you can come in and get exceptional offers on the full line of BMWs. Just visit one of your Atlanta area BMW centers soon for a test drive. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers, and go Dogs.
Ty Fagan getting a little defensive instruction from official Keith Patterson, Ty was asking him, well, can I do this? And Keith said, no, you can't do that, but you can do this.
It's always good to get the opinion of the officials so they didn't blow the whistle on you. Make friends with the guys in the stripes. Northeastern inbounds the ball against some pressure by Georgia. They bring it up the length of the floor. They work left to right here in the second half. 47-36, they lead by 11. Walters to Doherty, spins against Horn. Dogs in a man-to-man. Walters with the ball again. Kyer guarding him. They back it up with 9 on the shot clock, going deep into the possession clock here. Northeastern with the ball. Walters going to spot up for a 3. High rainbow. Wow. It brings rain and is good. My goodness. His first 3 of the night. Their 10th of the game. 50-36. Dogs can't seem to make a dent. Wheeler into the lane, bounces that out on the wing to Horn. Skip it back inside the arc to Kamara on the left baseline. He spins against Telfort, loses the ball, recovers, then called for a double dribble.
Yeah, he's asking, how'd he do that? I'm curious too.
Dogs' 12th turnover of the game. 50-36, we're down 14.
He lost the ball with his right hand. He regained it with his left hand. I don't think he double dribbled.
Huskies with the ball. They'll bring it up left to right, length of the floor. Walker diagonal into the front court through the logo, guarded by Fagan there. Doherty setting a screen for him. Now Walker going to drive, foul line extended left, missed the jumper. Rebound, Severe Wheeler. Oh, it kicks it into overdrive, down the lane, scoop shot, good!
There you go.
Boy, he had his head down, and the speed just got faster and faster when he crossed half court.
And that time, Walker, you saw he's got those 3 fouls. He had to kind of step back.
50-38, Dogs down by a dozen. Huskies ball, Doherty takes it hard, pushes it to the right. Now here's Shaquille Walters with a right-hand dribble. Horn picks him up on the defensive switch. Into the paint, shot fake, fadeaway 2, rattles out, no good. Fight for the rebound. Kamara gets it, scoops it underhand to Wheeler. Kick out right side to Kyer. Fakes the 3, going to drive, hook it back to Severe for 3. No, short front of the rim. Rebound to the Huskies.
Oh, man, that would have been nice.
Kyer passed it up to Wheeler, who was wide open, and Severe missed the 3. 50-38, 12-point lead for the Huskies, 16-14 remaining. Telfort, red hot in the first half, didn't miss a shot. He misses there, tried to force one, scooped it from the right side. Dogs rebound, Fagan through the lane, no good. Offensive rebound, Wheeler, check a whistle.
On Severe.
Going to have Wheeler for a push foul, trying to get to the rebound, apparently, said the official. That's 3 on Severe. First foul of the half for the Dogs. Fagan checks out of the ball game. Ty has yet to find the score sheet tonight. He's got no points. Dogs' 4th leading scorer this season. We have 4 guys averaging in double figures, or was it 5? Yeah, 4 now. And Fagan averaging 11.5, but nothing tonight. Down 12, Huskies have the ball. Walters works against Justin Kyer, the graduate transfer from George Mason. Now they give it off to Jameel
They
Telfort.
just run that clock, don't they?
9 seconds to go. Telfort dribbles with the right hand. Hook pass picked off by Kamara. Scoops it up ahead to Kyer. He finds the handle, gets control of the dribble. Slows it down left wing. Finds Garcia in the paint. Pivot. Steps to the basket. Lays it in good and a foul. Count the basket.
Thank goodness. Beautiful move by Andrew Garcia. We've seen it a number of times. He's great at leaning with that big body of his.
Garcia into double figures with that bucket. He's got 10. The foul on Telfort is his first. And that'll give us a timeout with 15:30 to go. It's a 10-point Husky lead over Georgia. Northeastern 50, Bulldogs 40. Timeout, back after this, Bulldogs Sports Network.
Hey, Dog fans. Coach Kirby Smart here. Do you have a game plan for flu season? Get ahead of the competition by getting a flu shot at Piedmont. It's the smart thing to do. Stop by any Piedmont primary care, quick care, or urgent care location and stay healthy all season long. Visit piedmont.org/UGA to learn more and book online. Piedmont Healthcare, more ways to better.
This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
These days I'm spending a lot more time at home, which means I need ways to easily control my comfort. And here's an insider tip. If you're a Georgia Power residential customer, you may be eligible for up to a $75 instant rebate on a smart thermostat. Here's how. Georgia Power's online marketplace features thermostats from brands like Google Nest, Honeywell, and Ecobee, as well as a variety of LEDs and smart home products like smart speakers, Wi-Fi routers, indoor cameras, and more. Just visit the site and start shopping. Shop now at GeorgiaPowerMarketplace.com.
This holiday season, hurry into the Road Home sales event and conquer any terrain on your trip back with the remarkably versatile BMW X3, the spacious BMW X5, or the iconic 3 Series. This year, don't just take the road home, truly experience it in the ultimate driving machine. Hurry into the BMW Road Home sales event for exceptional offers today.
Take advantage of our holiday credit today. Visit BMWATL.com for details. Go Dogs!
50-40, Northeastern leading the Dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of Georgia Athletics. For every 3-pointer scored by the Bulldogs, Scana Energy will make a $25 donation to the University of Georgia General Scholarship Fund. The Dogs with 4 3-pointers tonight, 37 for the season, for a total of $925 from Scana Energy. Thank you very much. Andrew Garcia will be at the foul line when time comes back in. And the Huskies last out of the huddle to get back on the floor. Garcia standing patiently at the line waiting for the basketball. The 6'6 graduate transfer from Stony Brook in Bergenfield, New Jersey, 72% for the line. Free throw going to roll all over the rim and fall through good for the 3-point play. 11 points in the game for Garcia. He's the Dogs' leading scorer. Had just 2 in the win over Cincinnati. In the previous game was 1 for 4, but the Dogs still got it done in a big way, beating the Bearcats 83-68 on Saturday night. This one's a little bit more difficult. 50-41, we're down 9. Telfort for 3. Oh, he airmailed one from the right. We didn't see that in the first half. He's missed both of his shots here in the second. Dogs with the ball. Wheeler into the lane, hangs in the air, misses the jumper. Rebound to Northeastern strong. Give it to Walker. Back up to the right, knocked away, picked up on the roll by Horn. To Wheeler, up ahead to Kamara, behind the defense, and a one-handed jam down the lane.
There you go. Tumani wisely getting out front of that play.
50-43. The deficit is 7 for Georgia. Handoff to Walker on the right wing. All the way around to the left side goes the Northeastern point guard. Still with the basketball. Works against Garcia. Long overhead pass cross court into the corner to Telford. He's going to dribble into the lane. Kick it out to Walters. Shot fake with 7. Missed the 3. Rebound saved over the baseline. No, out of bounds as Walker tried to jump in the air and save that rebound. But he touched the baseline with a basketball. Out of bounds, says Olandis Poole. Dogs ball. Here we come down the floor, down by 7 with 14-17 to go in the game. And Shaquille Walters will head to the bench for Northeastern. And Coleman Stuka, 6'7" freshman from Ontario, back into the ballgame. Dogs working the front court, wearing our white uniforms tonight against the red of Northeastern. Kyer looked at the 3. They got out on him. He's going to dribble and drive, give it to Garcia off his hands, recovers, kicks it to Horn for a 3. No good. Too hard off the rim. Rebound knocked loose. Horn picks it up, drives, finger roll, good down the lane.
That's got it to 5.
Horn in double figures with 11. 50-45 is the score now. Georgia the closest it's been since early in this contest. Huskies work with 13:35 to go. Strong shot at the block. Blocked by Kamara at the rim. Dogs chase it down in the corner. Here comes Wheeler up ahead to Horn. Now Kamara has it. Tumani crossover dribble. Tucks it and drives through the lane. Lost it over the baseline out of bounds. And he kind of soccer-style side kicks it out of bounds as the ball rolled back to him. You better watch out. They'll give you a technical for that.
Well,
it's
not
going to
if
be
it's
Northeastern
a goal.
basketball.
Not if it's a goal. If it's a goal.
That's right. I'm sure Tumani has soccer skills from his days in
Belgium.
Belgium.
Sure, yeah.
50-45. Dogs trail by 5. Northeastern with the ball. Telfort against Kyer. Brings it into the front side. Open 3 right side. Going to be short. No good by Stuka. Rebound. Offensive rebound. The little guy blocked underneath by Kamara. His shot was blocked, but right to one of the Northeastern players. Shot clock continues down, and they keep possession. 9 to shoot. Telford has it. Guarded by Kyer. Fights through a screen. Telford back to Stuka. Going to work against Garcia. Scoop shot won't go. Shot clock expires as they got an offensive rebound.
Yeah,
We're putting it back, but the shot clock hit 0.
They missed the iron. So, yeah, they had the ball back, but it was all glass. No iron.
5-point lead for the Huskies. In terrific defense. And Garcia inbounds it to Sevier. Wheeler walks it through the logo, working on the left end of the floor now. Drops it off to Horn on the bounce. And
that's his 4th. That's on Walker. That's his 4th.
That action was away from the ball. Walker extremely frustrated. He got caught up trying to fight through a screen, I think, to get to Wheeler.
What he's frustrated about is that he got called, but Justin Kyer put on a great act there. He was throwing his arms up, drawing all kinds of attention.
And the Northeastern point guard goes out of the ballgame with his 4th foul. He was smoking hot in the first half. Walker with 14, nothing in the second half. And their lead has been whittled down to 5 with 12:30 to go in the game. Dogs work with Wheeler. Explodes off the wing, misses the layup. Garcia with a rebound. Kick it back out. Shot clock down to 5. We didn't touch the iron on that layup. Kamara to Garcia. They get out of the way, and for good reason. A two-handed slam for Andrew Garcia. 13 points for the transfer from Stony Brook. It's a 3-point lead now for Northeastern, and a blocking foul on Kyer on the defensive end slows things down, stops the clock with 12:12 to go. 50-47. Georgia's come all the way from 13 back here at the half to make it a 3-point game.
And they were down 15 after that opening possession.
And that's the large deficit of the ball game thus far. Another foul on the Dogs. They get Horn for that one. So Northeastern will inbound again. Front court, far sideline with Jameel Telfort, who hit 4 threes in the first half and led the team with 15. He's yet to score here in the second. We've played almost a full 8 minutes. They go inside to the big guy, 6'9". He puts it on the floor against Horn, and another whistle and another foul on the Dogs. This one's going to be on Andrew Garcia. A hack on the arm for Garcia. That's his first. And the fourth foul on the Dogs, and that'll get us into the under 12 timeout with 11:59 remaining here at Stegman. Dogs have made a game of it now. It's a 3-point deficit. Northeastern 50, Georgia 47. Creeping back in on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Across the Northside Hospital system, our surgeons have decades of experience with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside leads the Southeast in innovative procedures. Since 2005, we've performed nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries. Our board-certified surgeons are acclaimed for non-invasive techniques. Their confidence and compassion await you at Northside. For complex surgeries, choose the best surgeons. Learn more at northside.com.
'Twas the holiday season and families felt glee, for they shopped at Kroger, where pickup was free. Sweet spiral ham, a salad so merry, green beans and Brussels, and cakes topped with cherries. May the magic of fresh food never be done. Happy holidays from Kroger. Fresh for everyone. Free pickup on orders of $35 or more. Restrictions may apply.
Celebrate with a bone-in Kroger brand spiral sliced ham. They're $1.79 a pound. Limit one with card and additional $25 purchase. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
To celebrate State Farm's surprisingly great race, we gave this game day jam surprisingly great lyrics.
I saved a lot this year because I called the pros. I am calling State Farm. I gotta make the phone call. We got that coverage here. Protect your car and home. I am calling State Farm. I gotta make the phone call. You can just call now. There's a little bit of great race with a little bit of great. Look at my quote now.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Dogs making a push to get back in this one, and they have on an 11-0 run. They trail by 3, 50-47 to Northeastern. No one gets you closer to SEC sports than Sirius XM. You can tune into all your favorite shows, get great conference news, analysis, and more. Plus, you go from the offseason through the postseason. It's never ending. Your team is covered anywhere you go, and you can try them out for free right now. Get a free trial to take your team with you on your phone, online, and at home. Start listening at SiriusXM.com/SECSXM. So Northeastern hasn't scored in almost 6 minutes. A long scoring drought. Georgia on an 11-0 run. The Huskies have missed their last 8 shots. They have the ball here. They'll inbound under the basket to the left on the baseline. Walters to throw it in. Almost got a 5 count. Feeds it in right in front of him to Eboigboden, the big 6'9" transfer from Illinois. He wants to shoot over Horn, but he doesn't pull the trigger. He goes up the wing instead to Telfort, guarded by Garcia on the baseline. And he ran out of room. He stepped on the baseline. Garcia took him all the way to the edge, and the freshman commits the turnover.
How do you not see
that big black line?
Yeah, that it changes from the white to the red there.
Turnover for Northeastern. Dogs could tie it with a 3 here. Make it a 1-point game with a 2. Horn, step back, not going to pull the trigger. Kyer has it above the arc, sends it right to Garcia. He attacks in the lane. Nice through the defense. Scoop shot good. If they're going to give it to you, take it. And Andrew takes it to the rack. 15 for Andrew Garcia. It's a 1-point game, 50-49.
He is so good at that. He kind of just lulls you to sleep.
Huskies have scored only 5 points here in the second half. We've got 11-10 remaining in the game. Walters dribbles to the left corner, hands it off to Stuka, misses the 3. Long rebound, tapped into the backcourt. Wheeler chases it down, but Telfort beat him to it. Telfort was already back there. And now, hang on a second. We may have a clock problem, or the officials blow the whistle. Stop play. No, we got a shoelace problem with Justin Kyer.
Well, no, they took the clock from 18 back to 28.
So they adjust the clock, and Justin Kyer reties his shoe. So both of those in unison. I'm guessing the shot clock is what stopped the clock initially, and then Justin took the opportunity to retie his laces. 50-49. Northeastern has led all night. Their lead from 15 in this half down to just 1. Stuka out of the corner. Bounce feed down to Eboigboden. Through his legs, but Wheeler got a hand on it and rolls out of bounds over the end line.
We're getting hands in those passing lanes. which is didn't work to our advantage there, but that's going to be good for us.
A lot more deflections, a lot more active on defense in this half for Georgia. Telford off her screen, off balance three. Too much on it. Dogs try to save the rebound, and they do under the basket. It went off the hands of Wheeler, off Kamara, and then off their guy Strong and hit the basket support. And it's the Dogs' ball and a chance to take its first lead of the ball game. Sevier trots into the front court, drops it off to Kyer. They come on the left wing now to Horn, and Kamara touches it. Jab step with the right foot. Feeds Kyer straight away between the circles. Fakes right, goes left. Stops for a three. Too deep. No good. Rebound. P.J. Horn back out to Kyer. To his right to Wheeler. Shakes and bakes and drives. And I'm not sure if he was trying to pass it or scoop it.
No,
but
he was trying to scoop it up.
Walters blocked it out of bounds.
Yeah, there's a huge height advantage there to Walters.
Yeah, Walters at 6'6", the transfer from Santa Clara for Northeastern. Sevier waiting to inbound the basketball. Kamara's in the left corner. He breaks towards the basket. Still looking. Sevier fires it to Kamara, far right corner. He's going to shoot it from there. Good! A long two to Monty Kamara just inside the arc, and the Dogs have their first lead of the game at 51-50.
Long way up Mount Everest, isn't it?
Indeed. 7 points in the game for Kamara, 6 of those coming here in this half, and that one just put the Dogs ahead for the first time. 51-50. Northeastern works, and they lose it. The freshman turned it over again, dribbled it off his knee and out of bounds.
But that was caused by Justin Kyer. Justin Kyer reached in and tapped the ball, got a deflection, and then it went off his knee out of bounds. Not off Justin's knee, but off the ball handler's knee.
9:53 remaining. Garcia will bring it up this time with Wheeler in front of him as they head down floor. Christian Brown's in the ball game for the Dogs. Horn fires two-handed pass to Kamara into the paint, jump stop, and he got fouled. Just above the semicircle there in the no charging zone, he got fouled by Jason Strong, and that'll put Kamara on the line for 2. Third foul on Strong. 5th team foul on Northeastern. Georgia with a 51-50 lead.
Well, that was a deep hole to climb out of.
13 at the half, and as you pointed out, it went to 15 on the first possession of the second half as Kamara sinks the free throw. So coming all the way back from 15, and boy, Northeastern is just having a dreadful time here in the second half. They've scored only 5 points in the first 10 minutes and 20 seconds of the half. Georgia now with its largest lead of the game at 52-50, now 53-50 as Kamara hits a pair of foul shots. +3 for the Dogs with 9:34 remaining. Walters has the ball. Wheeler.
That was Sevier.
Reached around the back. Yep. That's kind of a ticky-tack.
Well, but you know what they're going to call it.
Yeah, exactly.
They're going to call it every time.
And they called it there, and that's 4th foul for Wheeler, and that's going to.
But Sevier knows that. He, you know, the coaches are talking to him, but he knows that.
Georgia will have Kyer and Garcia, Brown, Horn, and Kamara are 5 on the floor. Northeastern looking for a basket they haven't scored in 100 years. Stuka turns it over. It'll be 100 more. Kyer with a takeaway. Works his way up the floor. Bounce pass right. No look to Kamara. He got fouled going up. Nice pass by Justin Kyer running the floor with Kamara to his right. Tumani took the bounce pass, and Northeastern wouldn't let him to the rim. They'll force him to the free throw line.
I got to tell you something, Scott. The 3 graduate transfers that Tom Crean brought in here, P.J. Horn, Justin Kyer, and Andrew Garcia, and those guys are terrific players.
Free throw by Kamara is good. And Tumani, after having only 1 point at halftime, Chuck, now in double figures with 10.
How about that?
54-50. Georgia's on an 18-0 run over the last 7 minutes and 50 seconds. The Huskies scoring drought over 8.5 minutes. You believe that?
Yeah, well.
55-50 now. Kamara hits 2 more foul shots.
Dogs are good, doing a good job defensively.
Walker's back in the game now for Northeastern with his 4 fouls. Works against Justin Kyer. Bounce pass to Doherty. He pivots right on the 3-point line. trying to stay away from Horn. Sends it over to Chubrillo over on the left side. Now they drive on the baseline with Strong. Kamara cuts it off. 7 to shoot. Chubrillo down the lane. Scoop shot. Rolled over the iron. Tap up. Won't go. They still haven't scored. Dogs keep the rebound. Here's Kyer. High bounce on the wing. Spins right edge of the lane. High floater. No good. No iron either. Rebound Strong for Northeastern. The Huskies off and running with Walker. Walker to the rack. He bumps with Kamara. Throws it way over the iron. The putback.
Wow.
Doherty won't go. Rattled out. They still haven't scored. Sitting on the seat of his pants. Garcia gets the rebound. Up ahead. Brown has it now to the rack. Here we go. Reverse lay-in good. Christian Brown. Timeout. Northeastern. Wow. Oh, my goodness. Brown with another patented circus shot. Those guys cannot score if their life depended on it down on the far end. Their scoring drought now 9 minutes and 37 seconds. 57-50 Dogs. We've got a timeout with 8:16 to go. Georgia +7 over Northeastern on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that anything is possible, that just when you think you've seen it all, you won't believe what happens next, that comebacks are not the makings the SEC taught you. Join the conversation with #SEC Lessons. Regions Bank, member FDIC.
For up-to-the-second news and special content on all things Georgia Bulldogs, visit GeorgiaDogs.com. This is the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Atlanta. You can tailgate from anywhere with Dos Equis because nothing can stop college football's oldest tradition, drinking beer. Dos Equis, official beer sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. Copyright 2020.
At Subway restaurants, deals are delicious. And right now, you can choose from 2 great deals on delicious meals. Get a 6-inch cold cut combo, spicy Italian or Black Forest ham, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $6. Or choose a 6-inch chicken and bacon ranch melt, sweet onion chicken teriyaki, or steak and cheese, plus chips and a 20-ounce drink for just $7. Either way, you get a great deal on a delicious meal. Only at Subway restaurants. Limited time only at participating restaurants. Additional charge for extras plus applicable tax. No additional discounts or coupons may be applied.
Atlanta. You can tailgate from anywhere with Dos Equis because nothing can stop college football's oldest tradition, drinking beer. Dos Equis, official beer sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. Copyright 2020.
Hey, Bulldog fans, Rocket Mortgage is a proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics. If you want the competitive advantage to score a new home, Rocket can. And did you know that right now Geico's offering an extra 15% credit on car, motorcycle, and RV policies? That's on top of what Geico could already save you. So what are you waiting for? Geico. Visit geico.com to learn more. 21-0 run by Georgia. 21-0 run by Georgia. Almost a 10-minute scoring drought for Northeastern. Unbelievable. It's 57-50. The Dogs have come from 15 down in this half to take a 7-point lead.
Scott and Georgia, listen, give credit to Georgia's defense. This isn't just a matter of them missing shots. The Dogs are getting deflections. They're challenging shot after shot after shot.
Northeastern with the basketball with 8:10 to go in the game. They bring it up the length of the floor. The Dogs with Fagan and Kamara, Brown, Kyer, and Jonathan Ned on the floor. They attack with Walters. Miss another shot. Tap up. Won't go. Get another offensive rebound. Kick it out on the perimeter. Here's a 3. Stuka. That's no good. Tap up Doherty. Fights it and keeps it himself. Outlet to the wing. Tapped by Ned. Walker gets it. Northeastern with the basketball. 14 to shoot. Still ice cold. Northeastern shooting less than 12% in the half. Walker down the lane. There's their third basket of the half with 7:37 to go. Walker now with 16 points. His first points here in half number 2 makes it 57-52 Georgia. Dogs ball attack with Kyer. Curls down the lane. Beautiful. Banks it in from the right side. Good. Justin Kyer got one-on-one, took him to the backboard, and scored off the glass.
You know, just when they finally get there, too, and had to work like crazy for it, Justin Kyer comes right down, lays it up.
59-52 Georgia. Dogs +7 with 7:07 remaining in the ballgame. Telfort with a dribble handoff on the wing to Walters. He works against Christian Brown. His pass back out to the outlet. Stolen by Kyer. Justin Kyer with a basketball. Diagonal down the lane. Drops it off to Fagan. Fagan reverse lay-in. Air-mailed it. No good. Justin probably.
He traveled. Yeah.
He did travel. Shaquille Walters called for traveling right on the baseline. Kyer probably should have taken that one.
Yeah, I thought so,
to the
too.
That's what he's telling Ty Fagan right now. He kind of left Ty in no man's land under the bucket.
Tried to be a good teammate. Tried to give it up. And he gave it to his teammate right where he couldn't do anything with it.
Wheeler's not on the floor right now for the Dogs. Kyer running the point. Kyer drives inside. He travels. Got in the air. Came down with the foot and forgot to distribute the basketball, or just didn't distribute it because too many defenders were in his way.
Yeah.
So the Dogs turn it back over. Georgia with 12 turnovers. We haven't had many of those here in the second half. That might only be our second turnover of the half.
Well, we only had 10 at the half, so yeah.
59-52, Georgia by 7. Huskies have the basketball. Just a dreadful half in the second half offensively for Northeastern. Walters has it with 8 on the shot clock. Attacks against Ned through the paint, has it knocked away. Stripped away by Ned, picked up on the bounce by Kyer. Baseball pass into the front court, Fagan, right wing. Ty will slow it down, lobs it back to Kyer. Holds the ball on his left hip, standing on the Georgia logo, middle of the floor. Now moves to his left and dribbles. Ned, top of the key, entry pass to Kamara. He's fouled by Doherty. Trying to push him out of the paint. Doherty with his third. And bonus time for the Dogs. Kamara at the line for 1-1 now. That's their 7th team foul. And Tumani in this half, 4 for 4 from the line, 5 for 5 in the game. And after having only 1 point at the half, he's got 11 now and 6 rebounds in this half. Deep breath by the sophomore from Belgium. Free throw, too deep, back iron, no good. Brown with an offensive rebound.
Beautiful.
Rebounded it, tapped it up high, and then collected it on the missed free throw, and the Dogs have another possession here with Justin Kyer.
You know, the Dogs are not a huge basketball team, but they do a great job on the boards.
Fagan spins on the block. Look at that. Bank shot right off the square after the spin on the left block. Ty Fagan with his first points of the contest. 61-52 now, Georgia. Dogs were down 15 in this half. Now they lead by 9. Huskies attack with less than 5.5 minutes to go. Offensive foul on the charge. The Canadian, Coleman Stuka.
Lowered that shoulder, Scott.
Bull in a china shop there, right down the lane. He just took out a Georgia player and called for the offensive foul.
It makes the call so much easier for the official when you dip that shoulder like a football player going in for a hit.
8th team foul on Northeastern. We sub Jonathan Ned out, Andrew Garcia in. 5:27 remaining, 61-52 Dogs. And the official will stop the clock for a second, check with the scores table, and have Georgia inbound the basketball again. Here we go. Everything's copacetic. 25 on the shot clock. Kyer into the front court. Kamara takes a bounce pass above the arc. Tries to feed it in to Fagan. He tried to thread the needle. They had 2 guys each on one elbow.
Yeah, I think they
Kamara tried to get it to him. Yeah, and they kicked it. So Georgia will inbound again. Front court near side. 20 seconds on the shot clock. Justin Kyer into the backcourt, or right at the half-court line, actually. Still on the front side to Fagan. He'll drop it off with a left-hand bounce to Kyer, who circles around behind him to collect the basketball. Dogs have Kamara and Garcia up high. Tumani to Andrew to Kyer. 5 to shoot. Kyer, low bounce feed, down on the block. Fagan splits the defense, scoops it up and in. It rolls around the rim and falls through at the buzzer.
You know what was great about that? Andrew had 2 of their guys up in the air and just went around them with that nice spin move.
That was a beautiful organized play by the Bulldogs, and Fagan had 3 defenders on him when he scored. Jump shot. Northeastern won't go. They touch the offensive rebound but can't collect it. Kamara does. Down the lane. Scoops it left. Fagan. Reverse lay-in good. Ties red hot. 65-52. And another timeout for Bill Cohen's team as the Huskies can see it just washing down the drain here with 4:30 to go. They were up 15, Chuck. Now they're down 13.
And still 4.5 to play, Scott.
Crazy numbers here in the second half by Georgia. A complete turnaround of this ball game. Are they taking the full timeout here?
Yeah, loving every minute of it.
They will. Yes, indeed. 4.5 minutes to go. We'll take the full media timeout with Georgia up 65-52 on the Huskies on the Bulldogs Sports Network.
Put on your red and black, grab your foam finger, and get ready to unleash the dogs. Scana Energy is a proud partner of the Georgia Bulldogs. Every day is a dog day here, so get loud, Georgia. Join Scana Energy as we unleash the savings and cheer our team to glory this basketball season. Call 877-GO-SCANA or visit scanaenergy.com to save.
Every Georgia fan knows that playing at home is an advantage, but when you're ready for a home, the competition can be fierce. A verified approval letter from Rocket Mortgage can help. It tells sellers that your offer is good, helping your bid compete with cash buyers and giving you an edge in the home buying market. So, when your finances need a home field advantage, Rocket can. Get started at rocketmortgage.com. Rocket Mortgage, proud mortgage partner of Georgia Athletics.
A verified approval is based on an underwriter's analysis of your individual financial information appraisal and title report. Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender license in all 50 states and MLSConsumerAccess.org number 3030.
The great point guards are rare. They're true leaders with a work ethic that never wavers and a desire to win that's second to none. There's one truck like that, Ford F-150. It's smart, powerful, and never backs down from the toughest jobs. That's why Ford F-Series has been America's best-selling truck 43 years straight. Learn more at buyfordnow.com or visit your local Ford dealer to score a great offer on F-150. Based on 2019 calendar year total sales.
Georgia leads 65-52 over Northeastern, a complete turnaround here in the second half. And this second half recap is brought to you by Regions, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Georgia trailed by 13 at halftime, 45-32, then fell behind by 15, and then went on an 11-0 run. And Northeastern just completely went in the can. They couldn't score anything. They went well over 9 minutes without a point. Georgia currently on a 29-2 run to go from 15 down to 13 up. And they haven't been doing it with Scana Energy threes either. It's just Georgia 4 of 12 on three-point shots. Well, they've been doing it with defense and drives like they wanted to do in the first half, but just couldn't.
Well, Scott, I just put quite simply, Northeastern, they're not as good as they shot in the first half, and they're not as bad as they're shooting here in the second.
Well, they just turned it over again down on the offensive end. The Dogs with the ball, 4:10 to go, leading by 13. Garcia's got it back to the basket, hands it off to Fagan, spins at the elbow, steps back, now drives, fights towards the bucket and scores. Where'd that move come from? Ty Fagan just shaking his head. You can't stop me. 8 points for Fagan, all in the half. That was a nifty move by the Logtown, Georgia native, the junior, 6'3" and a $195. Walker for Northeastern, attacks from the left baseline. Scoop shot, reverse lay-in, hit the backboard and not the rim. Dogs rebound, push it up the floor, leading 67-52. Garcia with the ball. He's going to run through the lane, send it into the corner to Christian Brown. Back to Garcia down the lane. They leave him open. It rolls around the rim all the way 360 and rolls off the right side. I thought it was going to fall through. Gravity was not our friend that time. Northeastern with a basketball. Chubrillo in the corner, picks up his dribble, lobs it down on the baseline. To Eboigbaden, up on the wing now, long three, Walker, that's good. He's got 19 now, their first three. Well, second three of the half, his first in a while. First three since the first half to make it 67-55. So Georgia was down 15, and then we were up 15. That's crazy. Dogs with a long three. Kyer for three. Scana Energy style. Justin Kyer from the left wing heating it up at Stegman.
Like we say, you answer a three with a three.
70-55. Dogs with a 15-point lead. Northeastern with a basketball. Strong tries a three. Jason Strong misses, one and out. Rebound Dogs. We get it up ahead to Kamara. Works his way in the lane. Leans in with a right hand and finger rolls it with his back to the rim. Kamara now with 13 points in the ball game, 12 of those here in the half. 2:09 to go, 72-55 Dogs. Walker, baseline 2, jumper left side, won't go. Rebound Dogs. Kyer trots it into the front court, drops it off on the bounce to Kamara. Now Kyer will slowly take it to the left. Now he picks it up, drives, kicks it out to Brown. Look out, here comes Christian to the rack in the air, lays it up good. He had his knees up around his chest when he was up at the rim. Christian Brown with 7, 74-55. Northeastern's not stopping anything by the Dogs here in the second half.
A 19-point lead now.
Bounce pass through traffic off the hands of Greg Eboigbaden, the 6'9 transfer from Illinois. And another Northeastern turnover. Minute 30 to play. Dogs ball. Wheeler's going to check back in with 4 fouls. That group gets a hand from the crowd that's here, the crowd that's allowed to be here. Big hand, and look at Tom Crean with a hug for Ty Fagan. And he just goes down the bench, and it's a big bench area now. Everybody's spread out. He gets some love from every coach on that bench for Georgia.
You got to walk about a quarter of a mile to get that love.
It winds from half court all the way around to the baseline here. Dogs on the offensive attack. We throw it inside. They tip it and steal it. Northeastern on a run out, and we foul on the other end, but they don't blow the whistle. As Javon Hadley was going up in the air, we bumped him clearly out of the way, but there was no whistle there with 1:14 to go. But Huskies will keep the possession. 74-55 Georgia. Wheeler quickly back out. Jackson Eder back in. Jonathan Ned's going to check in too, I believe. Yep. He had to sprint from the stands to the scorer's table to make it in time. P.J. Horn will come out. 1:14 to go. Dogs are just a matter of seconds away from being 7-0. Air ball on the 3 by Chubrilo from the right wing. Dogs with a basketball. 63 seconds to play. Jackson Eder, right-hand dribble through traffic. Bounces it inside and called for traveling. Looked like he was trying to bounce pass it a short distance to Taylor, who was posting up, the freshman from Norcross. And I got screened out, but all I saw was the official giving the traveling sign and blowing the whistle. 74-55, less than a minute to go. Northeastern ball. Top of the key, Chubrilo got a screen, goes to the elbow left. Back to Stuka for a 3, rattles out, no good. Offensive rebound, foul. And that's going to be on Taylor, the freshman for Georgia, I believe. Josh Taylor, 6'9 and 215, the freshman from Norcross, just into the ball game, gets the call. That's only the 6th foul on the Dogs here. We've still got 43 seconds to go. So Northeastern not shooting foul shots there. They inbound, work it quickly into the right corner. Telfort for 3, good. We hadn't heard from him in a while, thank goodness. He was hot in the first half. That's his 5th 3 of the night. But too little, too late for the Huskies. 30 seconds, now less than that. It's 74-58 Georgia. Brown with the ball, dribbles to the right wing, feeds McMillan at the foul line. Steps inside the free throw line. Little floater with the right hand, good from 12 feet. First field goal of the game for Tyron McMillan, 6'9", sophomore JUCO transfer from New Orleans. Steal by Brown on the far sideline. One-on-one, he'll curl around with 3 seconds to go and walk out the clock. How about that ending for you? Christian Brown with a steal. The clock hits triple zeros, and Georgia is a winner, 76-58. Didn't know if they were going to get it done down 13 at the half, but boy, did they ever in the second half.
Yeah, and Scott, if I told you at halftime we'd win it by 18, you'd have thought.
You're crazy, man.
Yeah, Chuck, what's in that little cup you're drinking there?
That ain't eggnog.
That's not the sweet tea that I think it is it? But, yeah, that was a great effort by the Georgia Bulldogs in the second half. Not at all like what we saw the team come out to start this game. And I'm sure that Tom Crean pointed that out to them at halftime. Guys, you got to get your mind straight here. Yes, Christmas is coming up this week, and yes, you're going to be going home, but you got a game here. And unless you want to go home disappointed, sad, and come back here and have to open our SEC schedule on a loss, you better come in here and get it right.
Maybe that's what it was all about. as we get the fist bump from the winning coach. I bet you Tom told him in the locker room, if you don't win, you don't go home for Christmas. And they did win, and they get a Christmas break. 76-58 is the final here in Athens tonight. So the Dogs are now 7-0, their best start since the 82-83 Final Four season. And that's 8 straight wins now going back to last season. And that's it for the non-conference play. Mississippi State is the next opponent. A week from tomorrow, SEC play begins here in Athens, Wednesday, December 30th at 7 o'clock. Bulldogs, and we'll be here for that. Northeastern, with the loss, drops to 1-4 for the season. Stay tuned for our post-game coverage. It's brought to you by Regions, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. The Regions Locker Room Report is coming up right after this on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you hear the news about David Perdue's stock trades?
Outrage now growing over reports that at least 4 U.S. senators dumped millions of dollars worth of stocks just before coronavirus sent the markets into a free fall.
David Perdue bought and sold stock shortly after a private Senate briefing on the virus.
Stock in Pfizer, a pharmaceutical company now developing a coronavirus vaccine.
He bought stock in DuPont, which makes the protective personal equipment.
David Perdue bought and dumped up to $14 million in stock, more trades than any U.S. senator. Worse, while David Perdue was lining his pockets, he told us the virus posed little risk, leaving Georgia unprepared. There's a better choice. John Ossoff leads investigations of corruption for news organizations around the world. He's refusing donations from corporate PACs. And John Ossoff will listen to doctors and scientists to defeat this virus and rebuild our economy.
I'm John Ossoff, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by John Ossoff for Senate.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
Atlanta. You can tailgate from anywhere with Dos Equis because nothing can stop college football's oldest tradition, drinking beer. Dos Equis, official beer sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. Copyright 2020.
Progressive presents The Sounds of the Old World. The year is 2019, and someone is getting up to use the bathroom at the stadium.
Excuse me? Excuse me? Oh, sorry. Excuse me? You mind if I just squeeze by here?
This has been The Sounds of the Old World. Brought to you by Progressive, where drivers can still switch and save like it's 2019.
Quote today at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Atlanta. You can tailgate from anywhere with Dos Equis because nothing can stop college football's oldest tradition, drinking beer. Dos Equis, official beer sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. Copyright 2020.
On the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, welcome to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Coming up, reaction from the Dogs locker room, stats, and a look again at other games around the SEC and across the country. Now, let's go back courtside.
Welcome back to Athens, Stegman Coliseum. Scott Howard, Chuck Dowdle with you here courtside. Our producer-engineer tonight in Athens is Adam Gillespie, and in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios is Zach Jewell. Those are the voices you are hearing tonight. Georgia is a winner over Northeastern in comeback fashion, 76-58. And this is the Regions Locker Room Report, where you can get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification here on the Bulldogs Sports Network. Dogs were down 13 at the half, fell down by 15 in the second half early on, and then came back and just exploded by Northeastern. The Huskies went better than 9.5 minutes without a point. Georgia, last time I looked, was on a 29-2 run, and that was with a few minutes still on the clock. But, Chuck, the Dogs holding Northeastern to just 13 points in the second half to run away and win this one.
That's amazing. It really is. Although, I don't want to say I told you so, but at halftime, you knew that they weren't going to keep shooting at that percentage. They just weren't. That's not statistically what they've done.
Right.
However, it did worry you that they were hitting at that pace, and, they could have just with a slightly decreased shooting effort in the second half, still giving us a heck of a finish. But the Georgia Bulldogs did a good job not only getting their offensive woes corrected, but they did so much more on defense to guard Northeastern, to guard the Huskies, to get deflections, to get turnovers, to get their running game going, and to start to play the kind of basketball that Georgia likes to play, and not what we were seeing in the first half, which is the way the Huskies wanted to play.
And that's what you'd pointed out. We're playing at their pace in the first half, and they were hitting threes. They were 9 of 13 in the first half on threes. They go 3 of 13 in the second half, and a couple of those came late with the game already kind of in hand for Georgia. And the Huskies finished with 20 turnovers. So they were throwing the ball around, and Georgia was cashing in on those opportunities.
And those active, as you point out, those active hands.
Yeah.
Getting those active hands in the passing lanes, boy, it mattered.
Dogs finished with 25 points off the 20 mistakes made by Northeastern, 25 points on turnovers, and they were at a deficit at the half as the Huskies were taking advantage of Georgia mistakes. But wow, what a comeback in the second half as the Dogs win at 76-58 to keep the record intact. They're perfect going into SEC play now.
Yeah, and that's that's the next challenge. There's no doubt. Race horses, they say you're stepping up in class, and that's what you're doing here in basketball. You're going to the conference now, and for Georgia, it'll be stepping up in class. Your competition will be much tougher, but I think Georgia's ready for it. This is a good basketball team, and they are fun to watch.
Well, we saw a couple of things that we really haven't seen before this season. We saw the team have to play that first half without Tumani Kamara. He got into foul trouble. He picked up 2, sat for a while. Things weren't going well. Tom Crean put him back in the ball game. He picks up his 3rd foul. So then he has to go sit for the duration of the half. He only had 1 point, a couple of rebounds. I mean, he's the statistical leader on the team in both of those categories. So you were your production leader for that first half. We were down by 13. Wheeler gets into foul trouble, and that takes us to our IBEW player of the game, presented by IBEW. And Chuck and I are going to go with Justin Kier tonight, the 6'5" graduate transfer from George Mason, who I thought did a really nice job of taking over the controls.
You reminded me that it's right, with Sevier seated for a lot of that second half, he ran the show and did a great job of it.
I mean, he did a little bit of everything. He wasn't the leading scorer. He had 7 points, but he had 7 rebounds and 6 assists and 5 steals. And he ran the show with Sevier on the bench in foul trouble.
Yeah, terrific effort. All 3, as I was telling you during all 3 of those graduate transfers, Kier, Garcia, Horn, they're contributing more and more and more. And I'm telling you, I really wish we had a full house of fans. This place would have been off the chain tonight.
You're right. With that comeback, you're exactly right. And nice night with Garcia. Andrew was the leading scorer for the Dogs. He goes 6 of 8 from the field. He hit a 3, hit both of his foul shots. He finishes with 15 points. And this after he only had 2 in the win over Cincinnati on Saturday, and 1 for 4 shooting. And, I mean, his offense wasn't necessarily needed against the Bearcats because the Dogs end up scoring 83 and winning by 15. But it's certainly nice when you have that offense.
Well, we get a little bit of a layoff now before we start. What do we got? Mississippi State a week from tomorrow night. Is that correct?
That is correct.
So a little bit of a time to let the legs recover. It's been 7 games here since right at the end of November, but these kids, they'll go home for Christmas, get a little bit of a break, but then come back and get to work. And then let's see where we stand when we go against Mississippi State at home, and then we go to LSU and go to Arkansas. This team's not been on the road during this preseason at all. So they're going to have to learn to overcome that, and there's going to be that challenge. But I'm looking forward to seeing this team throughout the conference schedule. I like the way we'll match up with most anybody that we'll face.
Tom Crean in his third season with this win tonight, now 34-37 in his time in Athens, and good things ahead for this club. I just feel it. I mean, I know the conference is really the true measure of things, but the way we've been able to come and get this done, and certainly tonight, not that Northeastern is a world beater, but you're down 15 points.
Well,
it's easy just to say, man, this is not our night.
Yeah.
We'll lace them up again the next time.
Is there anybody on this Georgia team, if you're the opposing coach, that you can sit in that locker room before the start of the game and say, okay, if we shut this guy down, we're going to win?
No.
There's not.
No, and you can look at the score sheet every night and see that.
There's not anybody. Now, there may be three guys that you can say, if we shut this guy, and this guy down, we're going to win. But that's hard to do.
Well, it helps if the opposing team can do something with Tumani, because he is such an important part of this team. And we kind of saw that in the first half with, we just weren't getting things going. But it wasn't all that. And then he did play in the second half, and he played much of it. He never picked up that fourth foul. So he played with 3 in the first half, and then was able to stay out of foul trouble in the final 20 minutes. But it's always nice. Going back to what you said, if you shut down one guy, can you say, then we'll win the ball game? It's always nice when he's able to play, able to rebound, run the floor like he does.
No question. And you know what? Sevier did not have one of his better nights tonight, and that's a guy that usually ignites our team.
We'll check all the numbers coming up here in the Regions Locker Room Report. Our post-game coverage is brought to you by Regions, where you can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Again, congratulations to Justin Kier, our IBEW player of the game. Stick around. We've got a conversation with Coach Tom Crean coming up shortly as we roll along with our post-game here from Athens. 76-58, our final. Dogs defeat the Huskies of Northeastern University tonight here on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
The SEC taught us that it's easy to love winning, but that the best of the best know where to look for the win, even in losing. Because setbacks are an inevitable part of almost any endeavor, and the hardest lessons are the ones that teach us the most. As the official bank of the SEC, at Regions, we believe every day is a good day to dig deeper. What has the SEC taught you? Join the conversation with #SEC Lessons. Regions Bank. Member FDIC.
Northside Hospital reminds you to stay safe and stay healthy during the pandemic. It's easy to do a few simple things every day. Wash your hands frequently and disinfect hard surfaces in your home. Don't touch your eyes, nose, and mouth with unwashed hands. Always wear a mask in public and wash your hands before and after removing your mask. And if you're in a crowded place, stay at least 6 feet apart from others. For more information and CDC safety guidelines, go to northside.com/COVID-19.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
Atlanta. You can tailgate from anywhere with Dos Equis because nothing can stop college football's oldest tradition, drinking beer. Dos Equis, official beer sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas White Plains, New York. Copyright 2020.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Atlanta. You can tailgate from anywhere with Dos Equis because nothing can stop college football's oldest tradition, drinking beer. Dos Equis, official beer sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. Copyright 2020.
Sitting on the seat of his pants, Garcia gets the rebound. Up ahead, Brown has it now to the rack. Here we go, reverse lay-in good, Christian Brown. Timeout, Northeastern. Wow. Oh, my goodness. And that is your ultimate drive of the game, driven by BMW, where right now you can come in and get exceptional offers on the full line of BMWs. Visit one of your Atlanta area BMW centers soon for a test drive. BMW is a proud sponsor of Georgia Athletics. Visit BMWATL.com for great offers, and go Dogs. As we welcome you back to the Regions Locker Room Report, brought to you by Regions, where you can get a Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card. Just visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. Dogs a winner, 76-58 over Northeastern. And if you see that score, you might, the Dogs won. They won by 18 points. You just pass over it. And what you may not know is that they were down 15. They were down 13 at intermission and down 15 in this half or in the second half.
Scott, sometimes what gets overlooked, a lot of times when you dig a hole that deep, 15-point hole in the second half that you're still down, it takes so much out of you to get back that you don't have enough to finish. Dogs not only had enough to get out of that hole, they had enough to pull away down the stretch, and that was what was impressive to see.
Well, just long stretches of drought for Northeastern. It was last time I looked, it was 9.5 minutes plus that they had gone without scoring. And for a long time, they only had 5 points in the second half. They'd only had 2 field goals, and then they scored some late, but they still finished with only 13 points in the second half. I mean, they had 50 at intermission. They had 45 at intermission, and they finished with 58 for the game. So, if you hold the other guy to 13 points a half, I like your chances of winning.
Chances, don't you?
Yes, I do. And the Dogs are able to get the win, improve to 7-0, and again an 8-game winning streak now back to last season. The Dogs now 2-0 all time against Northeastern. This was their first meeting with this program since December of 1981. So it's a successful completion of the non-conference schedule for the Bulldogs. They were able to, after a little bit of a hiccup to start the season, we weren't able to start on the day that we thought we were going to start on, and we even got a substitute team in there to start the season. But Georgia was able to run through 7 straight non-conference wins to set up conference play, which begins a week from tomorrow here in Athens against Mississippi State.
And I think everybody, as you look at the SEC, you got to think right now that, it's pretty wide open. There doesn't seem to be a dominant team. Certainly the team that we're accustomed to being dominant is not. And so, it's going to be interesting to see who comes out of the gate the quickest in SEC play and conference play, and who can establish a little momentum to get going.
Let me ask you this, based on your eyeball test against the competition that we played thus far. Georgia selected by the media in the preseason poll to finish 13th in the league.
That's way low. Yeah.
That's what I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Based on what we've seen to this point. Now, conference play is completely different. We all know that. But based on the way that we've seen this team play against these non-conference opponents, Georgia would just have to fall off a cliff to finish 13th, I think.
I would agree with you, Scott. I think that Georgia, has a chance to be in the top half of the league. That's what I would think right now. Now, we may see Kentucky turn it on. We may see Florida turn it on. We may see LSU, Arkansas,
Tennessee.
There are a lot of great. Well, Tennessee's already off to a good start, but we may see some of the schools that aren't off to a good start turn it on in conference play. That happens. But you know what? We may turn it on in conference play too. It's not that we don't have the ability to do that.
Well, let's see if we can find out what else is going on in the league. Zach Jewell, if he's ready, we'll send it back to him for a quick check of scores before we hear from Coach Tom Crean. There was a lot of activity going on in the SEC and all around college basketball tonight. Dogs get their business done here, winning it 76-58 over the Northeastern Huskies. And we'll check in with Zach after this timeout as we continue with our Regions Locker Room Report from Stegman Coliseum in Athens. Back in a moment on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
You've heard liberal Senator Chuck Schumer.
Now we take Georgia, then we change America.
And radical liberal Congresswoman AOC.
We win these races in Georgia so that we don't have to negotiate.
Now here's Senator David Perdue.
No negotiation. Think about that. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and John Ossoff want total control. They win Georgia, they'll have it. Illegal immigrants, voting. Police, defunded. Taxes, sky high. Our proud military, gutted. The Supreme Court, packed. Is any of that really what you want? It's easy to say, that'll never happen in America. But that's exactly what they've told us they will do. We're the only ones left who can stop them. We win Georgia, we save America. I'm David Perdue, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message, paid for by Purdue for Senate.
Follow the Dogs on Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook at Georgia Basketball. More Bulldogs hoops in a moment after this from your local station.
At Community Coffee, we've been making great tasting coffee for over 100 years. But what makes us different isn't just how long we've been around, it's how far we're willing to go in pursuit of the perfect cup. We select only the finest beans and use over 4 generations of family roasting experience to give you the richest, most delicious coffee around. Find Community Coffee at your local grocery store or visit communitycoffee.com to order some today.
I saved big money with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle, so I finally bought that new set of golf clubs. Watch out, Fairway. Here I come.
This is not a real testimonial. Sure, customers can save big with Progressive, but your other expenses won't just disappear. Are those clubs going to help you when the hot water heater dies? Also, it sounds like your money is better spent on golf lessons.
Time to go shoot the course record.
No, but maybe time for a reality check. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Zach Jewell back inside our Piedmont Healthcare Studios as the Regions Bank Locker Room Report continues with a check of scores around the nation now. It's a busy sports day around the country, and we start in the SEC. Got a lot of finals to tell you about so far. Auburn beats App State 67-53. Arkansas over Abilene Christian 85-72. Ole Miss steamrolls UT Martin 90-43. Number 14 Missouri gets the help of a foul call on a bucket with 1 second left. They beat Bradley 54-53, and Vanderbilt falls to Davidson 85-65. One game in progress down in Tuscaloosa. Alabama up over East Tennessee State 62-51 with 7:51 to go in the second half there. Moving to top 25 scoreboard finals so far, 16th ranked Virginia over William & Mary 76-40. Number 9 Wisconsin over Nebraska 67-53. NC State sheds the demons of Roy Williams and they defeat 17th ranked North Carolina 79-76. And number 15 Texas Tech survives a scare from Oklahoma, winning 69-67. A few games in progress around the top 25. 6th ranked Houston over Temple 41-26, 16-11 to go in the second half there. The game of the night from the Big 12, number 3 Kansas hosting number 7 West Virginia. The Jayhawks up 13-4 early in that one. 14:51 to go from Gonzaga. The Gonzaga Bulldogs lead Northwestern State 16-2. And Iowa, 4th ranked Iowa up over Purdue 8-7, 15:40 to go in first half action. They were also getting bowl season cranked up. 2 games yesterday in addition to yesterday's Myrtle Beach Bowl. Nevada took down Tulane 38-27 earlier today in the famous Idaho Potato Bowl. In progress now down in the roofclaim.com Boca Raton Bowl, BYU all over UCF 42-10 thanks to 341 passing yards and 3 touchdowns from Zach Wilson. That does it for scores around the nation. Dogs complete a massive come-from-behind victory to win 76-58. We're still waiting on Coach Crean, so we'll send it back courtside after these messages on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network.
Did you hear the news about David Perdue's stock trades?
Outrage now growing over reports that at least 4 U.S. senators dumped millions of dollars worth of stocks just before coronavirus sent the markets into a free fall.
David Perdue bought and sold stock shortly after a private Senate briefing on the virus.
Stock in Pfizer, a pharmaceutical company now developing a coronavirus vaccine.
He bought stock in DuPont, which makes the protective personal equipment.
David Perdue bought and dumped up to $14 million in stock, more trades than any U.S. senator. Worse, while David Perdue was lining his pockets, he told us the virus posed little risk, leaving Georgia unprepared. There's a better choice. John Ossoff leads investigations of corruption for news organizations around the world. He's refusing donations from corporate PACs. And John Ossoff will listen to doctors and scientists to defeat this virus and rebuild our economy.
I'm John Ossoff, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by John Ossoff for Senate.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive. Drivers who save with Progressive save over $750 on average.
You've heard liberal Senator Chuck Schumer.
Now we take Georgia, then we change America.
And radical liberal Congresswoman AOC.
We win these races in Georgia so that we don't have to negotiate.
Now here's Senator David Perdue.
No negotiation. Think about that. Chuck Schumer, Nancy Pelosi, and John Ossoff want total control. They win Georgia, they'll have it. Illegal immigrants, voting. Police, defunded. Taxes, sky high. Our proud military, gutted. The Supreme Court, packed. Is any of that really what you want? It's easy to say, that'll never happen in America. But that's exactly what they've told us they will do. We're the only ones left who can stop them. We win Georgia, we save America. I'm David Perdue, candidate for U.S. Senate, and I approve this message, paid for by Perdue for Senate.
Dogs a winner tonight, 76-58. This is the region's locker room report. Georgia now 7-0 for the year, and Northeastern drops to 1-4. They led by 15 in the second half, and that dissolved in a hurry for the Huskies as Georgia came roaring back, and Georgia even led by the large lead was 19, and they win by 18. Again, improving to 7-0. We're going to catch up with Coach Tom Crean here, hopefully, in just a couple of minutes. And while we wait, let's give you the final game stats brought to you by Northside Hospital in Atlanta. Surgeons have decades of experience there with routine and complex surgeries. Today, Northside Hospital leads the Southeast in innovative procedures, performing nearly 40,000 robotic surgeries since 2005. Their confidence and compassion await you in Atlanta. You can learn more at northside.com. Georgia finished the game shooting 51%, quite a turnaround from that first half, and the Huskies finished at 37%. They were dreadful in the second half. The Dogs 30 of 59 for the game, and Northeastern 22 of 59. Three-point percentage, 38% for the Dogs, 5 of 13. The Huskies finished 46%, 12 of 26, but they hit 9 of those in the first half. They go 3 of 13 in the second half. At the foul line, Georgia was 11 of 17, 65%. The Huskies got to the stripe just 4 times. They were 2 of 4, 50%. Northeastern had 20 turnovers in the ballgame. Georgia finished with 14 points off those turnovers, 25 for Georgia, 18 for Northeastern. Rebounds plus 11 for the Bulldogs. Georgia came into the game one of the top rebound margin teams in the country at almost plus 12 a ball game, 11.8, fourth best in the SEC, which tells you a little something about this league.
Well, first off, what it tells you about Georgia is, we're not a big team. So, and Coach Crean has pointed out rebounding was going to have to be a team effort. And it is. Guys get after it. They get after the guy. And that's, I cannot stress enough, rebounding is hard work. I mean, it ain't easy.
We had 4 guys.
With, when you're going up against big bodies.
And we had 4 guys, Chuck, tonight with 5 or more. Garcia had 5 rebounds. Horn had 7. Kyer had 7. Kamara led the way with 8. as Georgia goes plus 11, 41-30, winning the rebounding number there. Georgia had 11 steals in the ballgame. That's another category that the Bulldogs have done very well in through 7 games this season. 11 steals to 4 for the Huskies, 14 assists for the Bulldogs on their 30 made field goals, 10 assists for Northeastern on 22 baskets. And the Dogs, once again, with 4 guys in double figures, led by Andrew Garcia's 15. Tumani Kamara had 13. P.J. Horn with 11 and Severe Wheeler with 10. And Coach Tom Crean is joining us now from the coach's locker room. And Tom, congratulations!
Thanks.
What a second half! What a comeback by your guys!
Yeah, and I apologize for being late, but I had a lot of stuff to cover with this break, and I also wanted to cover what got us off to a slow start, how we responded, and the big message that we didn't take advantage of early is momentum is always up for grabs, and we lived in our disappointment and got real quiet. We were absolutely fired up and ready to play. I mean, no doubt about it. They charged out of here, but we turned it over a little bit. They made some shots, and we didn't have anybody establish leadership at the start of the game to get us out of it. And what they have to understand, it's not just about 1 or 2 leaders. It's about somebody grabbing momentum, having the courage to step up, talk, lead the way, with the team, because we were extremely quiet, not very active at all. And my only saving grace is, okay, we're missing layups, we're missing free throws, and I'm not sure they really can keep this pace up that we're playing at, because the last fast game they were really in, they got beat by UMass in the opening game, and I just didn't know if they could keep that up with us. But we were steps slow, we were 2 steps late, whatever it was. But in the second half, man, we just turned it up, and our fans rallied us again, because we were a little quiet on the court and in the crowd early. But, man, as we started to come back, our fans did a fantastic job with that too. So very appreciative.
Well, Tom, there's no doubt that the second half, the defense was far more impressive.
Mm-hmm.
The hands were active. You were getting deflections.
Mm-hmm.
You were getting the ball knocked down the floor, and then there you were off on the break. And just everything that we love so much to see in this Georgia basketball team, you saw there in the second half when it started downhill for them.
Yeah, no question about it. We had 24 deflections at half. We got 32 in the second half. I mean, they shot 59%. And 69% from field and 3 in the first half. Second half, they went 5 of 30 and 3 of 13. So, but, here's the other thing we learned. I'll tell you exactly what I told my team after the game. I said, last Saturday we learned that we could really compete, bring toughness, all right, bring energy against a really good team, okay, and against a bigger team, a veteran team. And tonight we learned what could happen when guys make individual decisions that they're really going to guard. And that's what we had to do. I mean, we knew that at some point in time tonight we were going to put length on number 2, and I probably should have done it a little earlier, but we didn't. But I think that helped us, and certainly him getting in foul trouble helped too. He still played 33 and a half minutes. But the bottom line is that length of Andrew Garcia, Ty Fagan starting in the second half with it. That stuff made a major, major difference for us. And we had some guys had some big-time turnarounds when it comes to the plus-minus, and I wanted to explain that to our team, right? Justin Kier was a minus 14 at half. He was plus 16 in the second half. Yeah. Tumani Kamara was a minus 11 in the first half. He was plus 21 for the game. Christian Brown was minus 2. He was plus 15 for the game. Andrew Garcia was a 0 on the plus-minus. At half, he was plus 29 for the game. I mean, that's impressive. Yeah, it's impressive. And then the deflections and the shooting, and we outscored them 44-13. So we learned a lot. We just, as I've said to them, we're not going to be able to put ourselves in a hole like that in the SEC, and we've got to come through that.
But, Coach, often, and I was telling Scott, often, and this impressed me, often when you see a team dig themselves the hole that you had dug yourself 15 points down in the second half, it takes so much energy to get out of that hole that it's still nip and tuck at the end.
Sure. No, I was worried about that. I was worried about that, but I think the fact that we were guarding the shooters better. See, Severe, we took off the point of guarding him because, there were some foul issues there, but the biggest thing was he needed length. He needed length and physicality of size. He needed a bigger chest and longer arms and those kind of things in front of him to bother him because he's such a good pick-and-roll guard. Our biggest problem was not Tyson Walker in the first half. It was the assists. where they made 9 threes because we were over-helping. The number one key to the game was to not over-help because they do such a great job. This kid does a great job of finding open guys. And we've got to be better there. But you're right. I was concerned about that, but we were able to keep fresh people, not necessarily fresh people in the game all the time, but we were able to keep fresh people on number 2.
Tom, we really liked Kyer's game the way he finished. 7 points, 7 rebounds, 6 assists, 5 steals. That may have been the most impressive number that he had.
Yeah, it was very good, and played a lot of minutes. And I don't even think we took Tamani out to the very end of the game. Justin Carr was the same. You know, right now with no Michael Starks, we cannot have Justin and Severe off the court at the same time. And there's a lot of room there to get better. I think the other thing I said is Ty McMillan is going to be a very good player. I didn't play him as much in the second half. It wasn't because of him. It was because that PJ and Andrew and Tamani, I just wasn't subbing them out. And because we ended up playing those guys more because they were guarding Walker. And so our matchups got different, but that's what was great about this. We got some guys learn that they could get down for extended periods of time, guard smaller people, and impact and affect the game.
Coach, with the SEC play coming up as we get into the next semester of school, will our roster remain the same, or do you think it may change any?
Oh, you mean as far as recruiting?
Yeah. Well, I
don't understand. You mean like somebody leave?
No. I'm talking about will we have
a guy who's not playing now? Will he be able to play?
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I hope so. I mean, we're very hopeful. Oh, I know what you're saying. I'm sorry. Yeah, we're very hopeful for that, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
I'm not sure. I mean,
but we have reason to have hope.
Well, we're taking every step that we possibly can. I would say this about K.D. Johnson. He just went off and had the highest GPA in his entire life in his first semester at the University of Georgia.
Terrific.
And it's unbelievable. Terrific. I mean, in well over a 3-point.
Proud of the young man.
Oh, my goodness. Proud. It's unbelievable. Well over a 3-point. And that is huge. That is absolutely huge. And now we got some guys that got to get better academically. I'm not saying that. But K.D. Johnson did a fantastic job. And so he's just trying to do everything. He's controlling what he can control. But there is no question that we miss him.
Well, I got to tell you something. You've got the guys you're
Chuck, I'm not smart enough to read between the lines. You just have to step out and ask me. Come on, I'm a Parks and Rec mate.
He's trying to.
Right? If this coaching thing doesn't work out, as my wife always said, I can go run a Smokey the Bear park somewhere. Right?
Coach, I'm going to go out on a limb right now and say the coaching thing's going to work out.
Yeah, I hope so. I like it here. I'd like to retire here. I like it here. I'd like to stay here.
Well, we love it so far.
Yeah.
So
there you go. So far.
So far. I was about to tell you.
There you go.
We're with you. Win or tie.
I won't need you to negotiate my next contract.
We're with you. Win or tie.
I know you are.
Okay. All right.
I know you are. I know who puts those bad signs in my in my driveway. I know.
Tom, what do you do with your guys here for the Christmas break? Are they turned loose right now?
Well, we just spent a lot of time talking about that. Yeah, there's we don't have to, but we are, and these are not professionals. These are young men that have families, and they got to see them. Right? This has been an unbelievably hard year, but I mean. Am I going to be uptight the next 3 days? You better believe it, because it's not as I'm worried about as much at them. It's them getting around home and people that aren't under protocols like they are and aren't getting tested 3 times a week and aren't playing in the SEC with the SEC opener coming up. So, but you know what? These are kids. Their families need to see them. They need to see their families. It's been an extremely long year already, and they just got to be really, really careful and as smart as can possibly be. And we went over – I have a few rules, and I expect them to be followed. I don't have 20 rules, but I have a few of them. Expect them to be followed, and I hope that everybody does.
Good.
Well, we certainly echo your sentiments there for everybody. Stay safe into the holidays. Hope you and your family have a Merry Christmas, and enjoy this while you can, and we'll be back at it again next week.
And again, I just cannot appreciate our fans enough in the ways that, I mean, they come – and you can hear them, you can feel them. I mean, it's just fantastic. And I know that we don't have a lot of people here, right? But the bottom line is we can feel them and hear them. Our music, our game management, our DJ, they're doing such a great job. And so I'm so appreciative of what they've done.
Tom, thanks so much for your time.
Thank you so much.
Merry Christmas, happy holidays, and go Dogs!
You got it.
All right. Coach Tom Crean from a happy Georgia coach's locker room. And
Smokey the Bear Park. That may be an all-time classic right there.
Yes, but I think you were correct. I think the coaching thing will
work out.
Yeah. Eventually, it'll work out. So just keep at it, right? 76-58 is the final tonight. Georgia comes out on top after trailing by 15 in the half. They win it by 18 and going away 7-0 heading into conference play a week from tomorrow against Mississippi State. So we're going to wrap it up from Athens. Zach Jewell is standing by in our Piedmont Healthcare Network studios. He'll close out our broadcast on the other side of the break. To Zach Jewell, our network studio producer, and to Adam Gillespie, our producer on site here, and to Chuck Dowdle, Merry Christmas to all you guys. Have a wonderful week. Be safe, and we'll see you next week for Mississippi State on December 30th. And don't forget Bulldogs Live with Coach Tom Crean on Monday night at 8 o'clock. So we hope you can join us for all of our Bulldog programming this coming week. But have a great holiday season, everybody, and we'll send it to Zach here back in our network studios. Final score again tonight, Georgia 76 and Northeastern 58. So long from Athens on the Bulldog Sports Network.
Did you hear the news about David Perdue's stock trades?
Outrage now growing over reports that at least 4 U.S. senators dumped millions of dollars worth of stocks just before coronavirus sent the markets into a free fall.
David Perdue bought and sold stock shortly after a private Senate briefing on the virus.
Stock in Pfizer, a pharmaceutical company now developing a coronavirus vaccine.
He bought stock in DuPont, which makes the protective personal equipment.
David Perdue bought and dumped up to $14 million in stock, more trades than any U.S. senator. Worse, while David Perdue was lining his pockets, he told us the virus posed little risk, leaving Georgia unprepared. There's a better choice. John Ossoff leads investigations of corruption for news organizations around the world. He's refusing donations from corporate PACs. And John Ossoff will listen to doctors and scientists to defeat this virus and rebuild our economy.
I'm John Ossoff, candidate for Senate, and I approve this message.
Paid for by John Ossoff for Senate.
This is Georgia Basketball, sponsored by Progressive's Home Insurance. Get your quote at progressive.com today.
Atlanta. You can tailgate from anywhere with Dos Equis because nothing can stop college football's oldest tradition, drinking beer. Dos Equis, official beer sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. Copyright 2020.
Libman makes a difference. The Libman Mop Crew is part of our winning team. The Libman Mop Crew makes sure the hardwood is clean and safe for players every game at Stegman Coliseum. No matter what kind of flooring you have at your home court, Libman has the tools to keep it clean. Our mops, brooms, and brushes are proudly family-made in the USA. Visit Libman.com to see our whole lineup and for a store locator. That's Libman.com.
Atlanta. You can tailgate from anywhere with Dos Equis because nothing can stop college football's oldest tradition, drinking beer. Dos Equis, official beer sponsor of the College Football Playoff. Enjoy Dos Equis responsibly. Imported by Cervezas Mexicanas, White Plains, New York. Copyright 2020.
Dogs win 76-58 behind a massive second-half comeback tonight. Today's game concludes our non-conference play for the regular season, and next up will be the SEC opener against Mississippi State when they come to Athens in 8 days on December 30th. Meanwhile, the Lady Dogs are 8-0 and off to their best start in 7 years. They have their SEC opener on New Year's Eve against Mississippi State as well. If you missed the news from Sunday, bowl announcements are out, and our beloved Dogs will be making a short trip to the state capitol as they take on the undefeated and 8th-ranked Cincinnati Bearcats. Kickoff for that game is scheduled for noon on New Year's Day, meaning our full day of Dogs coverage will begin at 8 a.m. across the Bulldog Sports Network. Also, Bulldogs Live with Coach Tom Crean and Coach Kirby Smart will return for another episode on Monday at 8:06 p.m., also across many of these same Georgia Bulldog Sports Network stations. The Dogs win tonight by 8. Dogs win by 18 tonight, 76-58 over Northeastern, and move to 7-0 as they head into conference play next week. For producer-engineer Adam Gillespie, Scott Howard, and Chuck Dowdle on the mics at Stegman Coliseum, I'm Zach Jewell inside our Piedmont Healthcare Studios, wishing you and yours a happy holidays. Until next time, good night, and go Dogs.
on the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network. You've been listening to the Locker Room Report, presented by Regions. Today's coverage has been brought to you by Regions. Get the Georgia Bulldogs Visa check card from Regions. Visit regions.com/GoDogs to order yours today. The preceding has been a presentation of the Georgia Bulldogs Sports Network, powered by Learfield IMG College and JMI Sports.